positional change may be Drum. Could change with Turner on a wing, but that's more or less the way they will line up.
And of course, a couple of players we're looking forward tonight is Allardyce at centre half forward. He's got a ton of potential, and Flanagan doing very well in his last start at centre half back.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting battle. Flanagan and Kernahan. Kernahan at centre half back, only played part of a game last week, and this is his first real hit out.
A few players out of the Carlton side, Don. I was speaking to Steve Goff downstairs, and they have been hit by the flu out at Princes Park, and those affected: number 6 Dorotich, number 15 Evans, and also number 34 Darren Ogier. So 3 players missing tonight through flu.
It's good to see Kenny Hunter back on the side too, but of course Kernahan was under a bit of a cloud for a couple of weeks there with that groin injury, but it looks as though he may have got over that, and I suppose you'd say, Don, that he was a surprise choice as captain of the side this year.
Yes, he was. I think he was, Lou. I thought they may have given it back to Wayne Johnson because he played a very good season last year. His earlier seasons, or his last seasons as captain, he was hampered by injury, and he really couldn't perform at his best. But last year I thought he really turned the corner, and his first game this year in this night series was a particularly good one. But they are a very strong side tonight, Carlton. They had a lot of youngsters playing last time. I think they had about a dozen players out of senior players out of that side, yet they beat Fitzroy. Tonight they're a very strong combination.
Mark Yates, the acting captain for Geelong, I should say, and of course a very impressive player. And looking through their lineup, I think you'll agree. I think we mentioned the early part. Bairstow is a player that looks as though he's got a great future with the Cats, the ex-West Australian boy.
Actually, Geelong have done particularly well over the last couple of years. They unearthed Greg Williams, Gary Ablett, 2 players that didn't come down with big fanfare. Brown lost last year, and now Bairstow.
And a player to watch tonight too for the Cats is number 6 Russell, a pretty aggressive sort of a player.
Let's go down to Peter Donegan now for the toss.
Yes, umpire Michael Snedden with respective captains Steve Kernahan and Michael Yates. Carlton win the toss. They'll be kicking to the left of screen. Just a report on the ground condition, Pete. The ground has been cored during the week to dry it out, and it's in perfect condition, and there's hardly any breeze at all, and it won't favour either end.
Just looking at the flags, though, Pete, it seems to be favouring the main scoreboard end, but there's no breeze down there, you say? Well, there it is. So
I think Don summed it up last week, or the week before last, when he said it doesn't matter how much the breeze blows here because the ground is sunken, and you don't get the breeze as much as you think by the indication of the flags. Is that right, Don?
That's right, Lou.
Well, I haven't played here, but you have performed here many times, and I've seen you have a bit of a tussle out there at that centre ring there a couple of times.
Wouldn't be me.
Hey?
Wouldn't be me.
Scotty had his big go here with Crackers Cleaners, wasn't it? 3 interchange players for Geelong making their way to the bench. It's quite a pleasant night at VFL Park, and probably this is the best crowd we've had here since the opening match. Number 6 for Geelong is Dwayne Russell. Very good build for a footballer, Lou.
He's from South Australia, and he's an aggressive player, and not terribly tall, but really has a go right throughout the match. And I think he'll be in the thick of things tonight, Don.
Steve Silvani, his father Serge, I was watching in the room. Actually, Serge still looking pretty fit himself, and the Blues expecting big things from Steve this year.
There he is, Jack Edwards' favourite player. Bright has put in some great performances, a 200-game player, and of course a staunch Geelong player at that too.
First quarter of the first quarter final in the National Panasonic Cup for 1987 between Geelong and Carlton from VFL Park. Excellent crowd in attendance. The ball knocked forward, picked up by Christensen for Geelong, gets it back towards the centre circle. A chance for Bairstow, but he fumbles. Finally, it's booted forward by Mackenzie for Carlton. And the Blues, through Johnston, go forward. After muffing up the hand pass, he's got the kick down towards half forward, the mark taken by Flanagan.
And Flanagan's got the job at centre half back of minding Kernahan, Pete.
And again, Bright playing in defence. And we were just talking about Bright. What a great player he has been for Geelong. Very versatile. In his early career, of course, he played on the forward line, and now in the latter part, playing in defence. Ball out towards centre wing.
Changes, Peter. Warren McKenzie centre half back. Jamie Donlop started in the ruck, and Justin Madden at full forward.
Number 24 is Dunlop. Murphy tries to soccer the ball off the ground, not successful. A hand pass comes over the top to Christensen, and the chance for the Cats to go forward. Good shepherding by Russell there. The ball driven up to Ablett. Beautiful mark on the run.
What a mark that was. Wasn't that magnificent?
This man simply amazes me. I watched him a lot last year, and I'm just amazed. He is the best footballer in the league.
There's no doubt about that. That was a brilliant mark, and he did it so easily too, Don.
Everything, it just doesn't surprise me, Lou.
He's run on the 50-metre line. Gary Ablett, chance to put the first score on the board for Geelong. It might be a behind or out of bounds. It's a behind, and so the Cats open the scoring at the 92nd mark of the first quarter. Geelong kicking, it would seem, against the breeze, but as Peter Donegan mentioned in his opening remarks, there's not too much of it down there at the moment. Number 35 for Carlton is Dean.
That mark deserved a lot better, because that was brilliant play on the part of Ablett. Brilliant play.
So Dean to bring the ball back into play for the Cats. He's gone for a short pass for Carlton, rather. Bradley out towards Albert on centre wing. Good hip and shoulder there as he clashes with Turner. It's out of bounds at the 2-minute mark.
Out of bounds about 65 metres around from the Geelong goal there. 1 point to Carlton, yet to score. There's the chance for Allardyce. Dunlop got there. The ball goes back now, and Mackenzie takes a mark. Well smothered by Allardyce. Ball kicked off the ground. Back as they go now for Bairstow. He goes for a short pass. It'll be okay. And Ablett, the champs, got it again. And what a player this guy is.
Is that a 15-metre penalty, Luke?
Well, he could get one, but he's certainly moving about down there. In the first 2.5 minutes, he's had 2 brilliant marks and a chance to kick his first goal for the match. Well, Don gave him one of the biggest raps you could possibly give a player by saying that he's the best player in the league without any fear of contradiction. You couldn't argue about it, Pete.
Not so far.
There's the kick on its way, but he's off target again. That's the only thing that does let him down.
Exactly right, Lou. That is the only thing that really does let him down. He's worked on the defensive side of his game, the way he went after Bradley from that kick out, and it's good to see him working defensively as well as in attack.
There's a strong mark to Dunlop, but the umpire didn't play it. Murphy drives it back towards the centre of the ground, knocked on by Suntory, coming across his goal, showing a lot of dash, and this is a pretty fast Geelong side as the ball goes over the head now, tapped down to the drum, I should say. A long shot at goal. This could be all right. No, it's off target again. Geelong doing all the attacking in this first 3.5 minutes, but they're off target, and that could be disastrous before the night's out against a side like Carlton.
Well, already they're playing differently to last year. They're using that centre corridor, coming straight down the centre on every opportunity.
Ball back into play again. Just over the 3.5 minute mark. Knocked away from Burke by Dunlop. Coming in to meet it now is Johnson. Spins out of the pack. He's grabbed by Hughes. A long hand pass by Dunlop over to Melbourne. There's a chance for Carlton now. Bradley's kick is not a good one, but Kernahan's got a chance to pick it up. Boss goes after him. Kernahan with a short pass, and it's marked there by...
Play on, play on, play on.
Called play on. He's grabbed Melbourne. He could have been a bit tough on him. Kernahan gets it back to Bradley. Carlton go deep into attack. Out it comes to Yates now. He picks it up beautifully on the half volley that time, and they take it away there from the danger zone through Couch.
Towards centre wing. Mark taken by Kernahan. He has to play on as well. He's in plenty of trouble. Good tackle by Bairstow and also Russell, but on the shoulder. And so a free kick going Carlton's way as tempers become just a little bit frayed. It'll go to Ken Hunter.
Geelong certainly fired up, laying a lot of good tackles.
Well, they did in their earlier match too, didn't they, Don? That's what surprised us. Up towards Boss. He knocks the ball clear. Here's a chance now for the Blues. That was Kennedy. It's going to be a bounce, though, at the 50-metre line in Carlton's attacking zone, and pretty well for the first time tonight.
There's no doubt about it. Geelong are a very quick side.
And as we mentioned, they're tackling well. Cole can't get clear. Finally, the ball scooped out. This is Christensen. Abuse it is now. Abuse from right half-back flank. Runs it up towards Shine. Ablett was the flyer. Chance for Allardyce. He fumbles. Back it comes to Rode. Rode's got the ball on a string, goes long up towards left half forward. There was a whistle there, but the umpire says it will be a mark for Terry Bright.
He paid the advantage,
yes. Cole again in the thick of things in the first quarter. In front is Alvin, tries to get the ball away from Bairstow. He's got the job of finding him. Looked as though he was into his back. There's a beautiful smother and a chance for the Blues to go forward. Bradley, long kick. Would just about be a score off the hands of Madden and through from behind or out of bounds. It's out of bounds. It's going to be a boundary throw in adjacent to the behind post. Game opening at a crackerjack pace. Boundary throw in. Knocked down by Madden. Back towards the boundary line again. In front of number 17 for the Blues, Mark Nailey. Neville Bruns and the two redheads, Bruns and Neal, down there sitting on the bench for Geelong. Kernahan fumbles or overruns the ball. A chance for Russell. That was just about a throw, wasn't it? Out it comes to Flanagan. And the Cats get clear through little Buse. He's gone for a short pass up towards the VFL side on centre wing. Good tackle on Shine by Morgan. It's out of bounds. And the umpire says throw it in.
Well, Geelong tackling very ferociously, Don.
My word, Lou, I'm impressed with Flanagan, the way he picked that ball up for a big man. He's playing very, very well at centre-half back.
Well, he played well against Collingwood, that same position too.
Ball knocked down. And it's a real scramble. It's going to be a ball up. 7 minutes gone in the first quarter. The scoreboard showing Geelong 3 behind, 3 points. Carlton yet to score.
Ball up on that centre wing position. As Pete said, the game has started up in a crackerjack pace. Well, both ruckmen missed that completely there. Another scrimmage develops and the umpire will ball it up. Still down towards the Geelong half-forward line, but a good distance out from goal. It's about 80 metres out from their goal. There's Robert Walls. He knows he's got a job on his hand tonight with Geelong going the way they are at the moment. That's Melbourne getting it out now. Little Fraser Murphy shows a lot of dash. Runs to the centre of the field, looking there for Madden, but he's well covered by Yates. Brilliant play by the Geelong captain tonight over to Turner. Geelong back into attack. There's a chance now for Bright coming right down. A hand pass coming over to Couch. Couch at half forward. Let's fly at the goals. Up there towards Silvani, having a chance to stop it. It could go through, hit the post. Well, they're not having much luck up there, Geelong. They've been going to attack for most of the night, but they can't score a goal.
Geelong playing down the centre, as I mentioned earlier, different to last year, and also their backs now are starting to run. Terry Bright was the only blackman in the Geelong side that ran last year, and it's good to see Yates leading out from full-back.
Geelong 4 points at just on the 8.5-minute mark. There's a chance for Geelong now through Turner. This could be a goal. What's the now? Another point. They can't hit the target at the moment. They're certainly playing well on top of Carlton.
They need a goal soon.
Well, they've got to get one now to lift the side completely because they're playing with a lot of confidence. A goal would work wonders for them. Short pass. Melbourne doing a lot of hard work at the moment in this first just on 9 minutes gone of the first quarter of the Panasonic Cup. First quarter final, a good mark to Satori. Quick hand pass comes back to Dean at half-back. He's in a bit of trouble. Give it to Sori. They lose it here. It was a hurried kick. It's okay. It's picked up by Kennedy. Back to Kennedy again for Melbourne. Now it goes to Hunter. Hunter gets it out wide to Big Madden. Madden over to Kernahan. Back to Johnson. 50 metres out. Hooks the ball back. There's Terry Bright coming in to pick it up. Gets the ball now. Back it goes. And the ball taken away by Landy. It was actually touched, but it's okay. This is Bairstow. He's got a ton of time to kick this one from 50-metre defence line. Out it goes now. Buse got up high at the back of Shine. Coming across as Mackenzie kicks it off the ground, looking there for Bradley. But Turner will beat him to it, but that finally goes out of bounds on the centre wing position. So we're into this quarter by 9.5 minutes. That's the first. It's Geelong 5 behinds on the board to Carlton yet to score. And Geelong looking mighty good in this first 9 minutes.
They certainly are. Meldrum. Bairstow beats him to it. A long hand pass from Buse, fumbled by Turner. Doesn't do that very often. Russell comes in to back him up. Carlton tackling well now. Big pack develops. It's going to be a ball up or bounce at left half forward flank for Geelong. The Cats 5 behind, 5 points. Carlton yet to score. From here, seemingly at least, with the breeze as Dunlop looks as though he's going to go off the ground, limping slightly. It will be a blow for the Carlton side. Now it comes down to Mackenzie. Gets it back to Meldrum, as Lou said, playing well so far. This is Shine. Has to go for a hurried hand pass. Back to Meldrum again at the 50-metre defence line. Breaks one tackle, runs his full distance. Up towards centre field. Yates, strong in defence. Cole, out wide to centre wing. Bright, in everything so far for Geelong. The hand pass, effective. The Cats moving it well. Boss to Christensen at right half forward. 50 metres out. Is this going to be a goal? Not this time either. The Cats just can't crack it. That's Shine taking the mark in the last line of defence. He's got it out the road.
Player down behind play.
Road goes to the boundary line. And there's a nice old bit of a dish up down there.
Oh, there's a player knocked right out.
What started that, Don? Did you see?
Yeah, I saw it.
We'll get back to that. The play's actually continuing.
Well, the player hasn't moved on the ground. They're still wrestling there like nobody.
Turner runs into his own player, Burke. Tommy Elba making sure he's not going anywhere. OK, what happened, Don?
Well, there's one Geelong player. Well, you can see the result.
Carlton.
We won't mention the name of the Geelong player, but Peter Dean's on the ground.
Well, he's knocked right out, and of course he hasn't moved. Let's hope it's not too serious.
It doesn't look good. Now, there might be a stretcher coming out, in which case play would be held up.
Well, that's there
is a stretcher coming out.
Yes, he's in a bad way. Let's hope that it's not too serious. Well, it started at a tremendous pace, this game, and neither side giving an inch there, Donna. They're really going in after the ball.
Well, I'm going to ask Don a little bit more. Did you see it, Don? No, I don't want to put you on the spot, but was it a hip and shoulder, a bump, or an elbow?
Well, a hip and shoulder doesn't do that, Peter, and it's a backman, I suppose, tagging the forward, and
bit of frustration.
That's right, and the forward just swung around and whack.
OK, all right. I think that gives us a clear picture of what happened.
It's Peter Dean going off too.
He is conscious, it would appear, and we'll get Peter Donegan to check on his condition as soon as we can. Now, of course, in the first 2 quarters there isn't any time on, so it's lost time insofar as the teams are concerned. The clock continues, but play doesn't, and so it's going to be about an 18.5-minute quarter, and 12.5 minutes, as you can see there, have already gone.
Peter, I think you may be able to pick the player up the moment the player goes near the ball, because usually the crowd finds out which player it is, don't
yes,
they?
that's very true, Lou.
I think the Carlton players do know too, but it's bad luck for Carlton because they've already, well, Jamie Dunlop may come off, but he went off limping, and now they've got Peter Dean. They've got two reserves on the ground and 2 unfit players on the boundary.
Number 38 for Carlton is Robertson.
Yes, Dunlop left the ground limping, Don, didn't he?
And it looks like now Tommy Alvin's got the job on Gary Ablett. So Tommy had the job on Mark Bairstow. And
can't put him every week, can they?
That's right, but he's a very good player, Tom.
Now play will continue. Let's check the score. Geelong 5 points, 5 behinds, and Carlton yet to score. It's going to be a bounce at half forward for Geelong. 13.5 minutes have gone in the first quarter, so we lost about at least a minute. Alderdice against Madden. It's won by Alderdice. Picked up by Buse. Gets it out to Dwayne Russell. Kicks it over the head of Hunter. Meldrum in everything in the first quarter. Has to turn back into play. Fires out a long hand pass. It's taken by Ken Hunter. Hunter transfers play towards the member stand side. Good knock away by Bright, one of Geelong's best players so far. Christensen just about through it for mine. Plenty of weight being used. Now it's Robertson, who's just come on for Carlton. Gets the hand pass. It's taken away by Kennedy. That wasn't a good one. A chance for Couch, who played brilliantly last time. This is Morgan. Courage needed there. Now it's finally picked up for Carlton again by Kennedy, and his kick is up towards the centre wing, and Bradley takes a safe mark.
Well, they're all going a bit easy at the moment because...
Yes, my word, Lou, I was just noticing that myself.
They were all treading very lightly. I noticed that out there. They weren't really going in as hard as they could have gone, and I don't blame them because it's really hotted up here at the moment. That's Landy going through. Kernahan copped one a bit high, but he won't give in. He goes after it. Flanagan gets a hand pass out now on the ball. There's a free kick. It'll be a free kick to Geelong. He's bringing it back, I think.
Actually, that might have been a bad thing as far as Geelong are concerned.
Well, it slowed everything up because Geelong were running over the top of Carlton in that first 10 minutes. But this has slowed everything up, and as I said before, they were just treading a little bit lightly. That's Boss with a hand pass to Burke. There's a chance now for Landy to get clear. He's out there on the wing, drives them well over the half-forward line, and this is a pretty tough game tonight. Flying high, Alderdice. He didn't play the mark. He didn't grab it long enough, and the umpire will ball it up at centre half forward.
There's not one Carlton player in their forward line. Now David Glasgott's going down, but he's the only player on the Carlton forward line.
Into this first quarter by 15.5 minutes. Carlton haven't scored, and Geelong have got 5 behinds on the board. And it's a pretty tough tussle. Meldrum doing a magnificent job. Gets it out wide. Coming into metres Robertson. Upended Turner. Goes after it again. Gets the ball wide to Bradley. Not doing a bad job either. There's not many firing for Carlton. And this is picked up by Colt. Goes for the boundary line, but at least he's got it down to their half-forward line. Having a bit of a dip out there again. Turner talking to a couple of Carlton players, probably discussing the weather. Cool. She was hot out there a moment ago, wasn't it?
The weather.
Oh, well, knocked down, I'll say, by Madden. trying to get through that time was Morgan, but he was upended. So it'll be a ball up out there on that wing position. Into the quarter by 16.5 minutes. Still neither side to score a goal. 5 behinds on the board. Geelong to Carlton yet to score. Still plenty of scrimmaging going on. Buse went without the ball. Murphy's there for Carlton, but the umpire will ball it up again on that centre wing position.
A long time since we've gone a goalless quarter out here in these matches.
That's right. Geelong have had many chances. The crowd building up now around about the 15,000 mark, I would say. Kicked by Bradley. Turner gets it high, looking there for Christensen. Goes the punch from Kennedy. Alderdice tries to get clear, but he's well covered, and it finally comes out now. Kicked off the ground by Shine, but there's Big Burke to take the mark. And Burke's out there on that centre wing position. Gives a hand pass over now to Landy. Geelong are messing about. They're going to the pockets instead of going straight at the goals. Plenty of defenders there for Carlton. They finally push it out of bounds. So it's out of bounds about 55 metres around from the Geelong goal. Into this first quarter of the National Panasonic Cup, the first quarter final. 7.5 minutes gone, and it's Geelong 5 behind. No goals on the board. Carlton yet to score.
Madden and Alderdice. It's won by Madden. The Blues can't get it out of defence, though. That might be a free kick for on the shoulder. It is, and it will be taken down there on the right half-back flank by Brad Shine. He's got it over to Hunter. Hunter at the moment playing in defence. Hunter goes across the ground again. Up towards Albert on centre wing. Ablett right behind him. Good tackle by Gary Ablett. And is that in the back against Steve Kernahan on Marty Christensen? It is. And Christensen will take the free kick on right centre wing. Short pass from the Geelong number 47. Hunter, brilliant at centre wing. Murphy good enough to get his kick in and evades 2 attempted tackles, and a good mark at half forward is taken by Sartori. Sartori left half forward flank. Short pass doesn't really gain the Blues too much as it's taken by Glascott. Back it comes to Kennedy. Plenty of Geelong players down there, and that's Big Burke. Gets it over to Cole, who's played well in the first quarter. 20-metre hand pass to Turner. The former skipper playing well for Geelong. Up towards Alderdice. Knocked away by Mackenzie. Alderdice recovers okay. Plenty of fumbling out there. Now it's a good hand pass taken away for Carlton by DeRuy. Up it goes to Nailey. Nailey's gone for a short pass down to Bradley, and Bradley doesn't let him down.
Well, he's been moving all over the ground. I don't know where he's playing. I thought he started off in the centre.
5 kicks to Bradley so far.
And of course Melbourne doing a great job too.
19 minutes gone in the first quarter. Now Bradley has a chance to bring up Carlton's first score if it's a very, very good kick. He's 50 metres out, or will be, when he gets in for the kick. He's right on the 50-metre line, you can see. It may be a point, or it may be a mark.
Playing the mark, I think.
Is he playing it to Burke? Yes, he is. And so that will thwart that forward thrust by Carlton. 19.5 minutes gone in the turn.
Waiting now for Burke to bring the ball back into play. I don't think we'll get any more scores now because he's got it out to Boss. Oh, he went one-handed. He should have gone for that properly, but luck's a fortune. Bounced okay. He deserved to lose it. He deserved to lose that for sure.
Just no talk at all there, was there?
Well, that was a half-hearted effort by, but it's out of bounds, a deliberate decision, out-of-bounds decision by the umpire. Kennedy a short pass, and Kernahan's got it right on the bell. He's going to pay him, let him have the kick. Now, he could get a goal, and that would be caused through Boss's laziness or not thinking about the game. It's only about, let me see, Kernahan, the new captain for Carlton. He'd be about 40 metres out. On a bit of an angle, but this fella can really kick a football.
It would be an injustice if Carlton led at the first change, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, but they've bounced back a bit, Pete. They got off. They got a bit of a shock early, but they're settling down now. There's Kernahan. There it is. That's a magnificent kick. A goal.
Great kick.
So at quarter time in the first quarter final of the National Panasonic Cup, it's Carlton 1 goal, 6 points to Geelong, 5 behind.
They trail by 1 point. Only 1 goal kicker in the turn. That's a superb kick by Steve Kernahan after the siren had gone. And so the Blues lead by the narrowest of margins at the first change. The player that's judged best on the ground tonight will win this great prize with the compliments of National.
Tonight's player of the match will receive a Technic CD unit from National Panasonic. This programmable compact disc player features 20-step random access programming and 2-speed search with queuing sound. Compliments of Technics from National Panasonic.
And Don Scott, I said on the siren that the Blues deserve to be behind, or Geelong deserve to be in front in that quarter. Would you agree?
I agree, Peter, and there's ominous signs for Geelong, because I couldn't find too many good Carlton players, yet there are a number of good Geelong players, and yet Geelong haven't got the score on the board. They were very good initially. They really did attack the ball. They went down the centre. They showed tremendous skill, but they weren't finishing off the work up on the forward line. Carlton, on the other hand, well, they were just completely surprised by the Geelong's enthusiasm. But I think when that little altercation happened, when Dean was taken off the ground, the game went flat. And at that stage, it was for some team to really get in and take the bit, because the umpire's going to pay the first free kick, and those players that are in front getting the ball will be paid the advantage. But no player did or take the advantage of that situation.
Carlton lead by 1 point at quarter time. And welcome back to VFL Park. Players taking up their positions for the start of the second term. Let's go down to the terrible 2 on the boundary line. Peter Donegan, Jack Edwards, good evening.
Thank you, Pete, and good evening to you. Well, the good news to report as far as Carlton goes is that Peter Dean, who was knocked unconscious, he was out like a light when they got to him, but he's woken up and apparently he's quite okay. He's not suffering from any concussion and should be okay to come back on. Couldn't hear a lot of what Robert Walsh was saying, but he just told his players to be first to the ball. We'll find out what John Devine had to say. Good evening, Jack Edwards.
Thank you very much, Peter. Well, John Devine didn't say a great deal, except you had 5 shots. You should be in front, but now you're 1 point behind because of the last shot by Kernahan. But he's quite confident the way the boys are playing, and I think he should be too, because they're showing good football.
OK, Jack, the start of the second quarter coming up. Let's go back to Peter Landy in the commentary box.
Thank you, gentlemen. Second term, Carlton lead by 1 point in the first quarter final of the National Panasonic Cup. Blues this quarter kicking to the right, and Geelong to the left. Couch puts the Cats forward. Not for very long. Brad Shine taking the mark, a little bit short of centre field. Tried to find Madden, who is sandwiched in a big pack of players. Ball scooped out towards Turner on centre wing. Turner goes long and wide. Ablett mark number 3 in front of Albert. Obviously, crowd don't like what Gary Ablett's doing tonight, Don. Taking some fine marks. One wonders. Long kick by Ablett. Is that a mark or is it a goal? Let's see who's got it. It's Big Russell.
Craig Cleave.
It's Cleave.
That's Cleave.
Let's take a look at the mark. He's right on the line.
It's a good mark by Cleave behind there. Now, Silvani can't be blamed because he was in front, and that's the best position to be for a fullback.
So the Cats a chance to score their first goal after 5 behind straight. And that is their first goal, coming up at the 1 1/4 minute mark of the second term. Kicked by Craig Cleave after that excellent mark.
Don, you did mention Ablett there, who passed the ball, kicked the ball down there to Cleave to kick that goal. Now, it's a pity because he's such a brilliant player, and yet his kicking lets him down. You know, we often see that he kicks 6 goals, 7 for a game, and it possibly could be easily kicking 12 goals a match.
Well, one day he could kick 8, couldn't he? You know, just as you mentioned, Lou.
1 3/4 minutes gone. Second quarter. 5 points the difference in favour of Geelong. Knocked down by Burke. Gets a second chance at it. Tried to find Bairstow. Knocked on to Hunter. Morgan gets around 3 opponents and out the Drum. Drum goes for the hand pass at the 50-metre line to Couch, who straightens up and fires at goal, but it's off target. A desperate lunge by Silvani is ineffective. 1 behind again to Geelong at the 2-minute mark. So 1-6 leads 1 goal in the National Panasonic Cup.
A goal the difference. Into this quarter, the second, just over 2 minutes, as Silvani's ready to bring the ball back into play. Goes to the outer side of the ground looking for Hunter. Russell's there too. The ball punched on that time by Christian, picked up by Shine. Over it goes to Kennedy, to Meldon, one of their best players in the first quarter. Ball drops short. Picked up by Yates, doing a good job down there at fullback. Good plays. It's knocked out to Bright. Back it goes to Boss. Here's a chance for Madden. Justin Madden grabs that one. Got one in the back that time too as he took the mark. Madden with a hand pass. Johnson kicks the ball long. Out it comes now. No, this is Johnson now.
Kenzie's down too, Lou.
Chance now for them to get back into attack. Hand pass coming back to Johnson again. Johnson fumbles that one. But they're still boxing on behind. There's about 3 fights going over there. We'll keep up with the players. The ball drops short. And there's a chance now for Darui. Still a fight. There's one going on over there, or one player down at a bit.
There's one on the left half forward flank for Geelong and one just near the centre.
And there's another fight over there on that half forward flank position for Geelong, and one down there on the back line for Geelong and one on their forward line. But Darui's got it now from about 45 metres out. It's quite confusion trying to pick him up with fights popping all over the place.
It's McKenzie
getting to his feet.
Just.
Of course, Darui waiting. They've settled those two guys on that Carlton half forward line. They've been separated. I think the two. Now there's
someone coming onto the ground. Actually, he hasn't got a band on. I wonder if he's a VFL official.
Well, he doesn't look like one, does he?
It's Stephen Goff.
Is it Steve Goff?
Waiting now for Daru to have this shot. There's the kick on its way. It's a long kick too, but it won't quite make the distance. Knocked out that time by the Geelong defence. Over it goes to Buse. Drives it wide. Turner got one in the back.
That's Steve Goff.
And it'll be a free kick to Turner. Turner quickly plays on, sending it up to that half-forward line. Madden comes along and takes a great mark. Madden's kick back to centre half-forward. Sartori flies on. He's grabbed it. He's going to play that mark.
McKenzie coming off too, Lou.
Well, he got stunned out there on that bit of a rumpus out there at half-back. Now we see the ball out there with Sartori right on the edge of the square. Goes for a short pass, looking for Kernahan. Punched away by Flanagan over to Couch. Looking for Christensen. Back to Couch again. A hurried kick back there. 3 Geelong players. The ball knocked on by Sartori over to Meldrum. Balked beautifully. Round another player. Hand pass comes over now. A shot at goal by Kennedy. And we're right on the result. It's 1 point, so Carlton off target. They go to 1 goal, 7 points to Geelong. 1 goal, 12 points. Approaching the 5.5-minute mark. That's McKenzie going off the ground. He was certainly stunned.
Actually, that was the fellow on the ground. It's not Stephen Goff, so our apologies to Stephen.
It's been a club doctor or something, but the rule is to wear armbands, as I understand it anyway. But back with the play, it's certainly been fiery so far. Johnson loses that one out. Now Geelong player down 2. Looks like Christensen could have been a little bit too high. The umpire says play on. Hunter does. Beautiful ball. Almost got caught at the second chance. Out it comes to Road, who tries to fire out a hand pass. Not successful. Drum gets the ball forward and cops one for his corner. Morgan off the ground. Well played. Ablett in front. Tries to get around Glasgow. He's just about hammered by Alvin. Good tackle. And that's a mark.
It's a good game, Peter.
It is a good game, isn't it? Plenty in it.
It's a good game and it's a tough game. There's no room for the weak out there today, Don.
No, and it's good to see players playing under that type of situation and pressure.
Silvani and Alderdice with Bairstow. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in Geelong's right forward pocket, about 20 metres from their goal. Steve Silvani looking more like Ivan Lindell each day. Russell sharks it, tries to crash through the pack. Might be penalised by holding the ball. Or is he getting the free kick? The umpire coming in to sort things out. He's getting a 15-metre penalty as well, so it's against Russell. Going to Big Dunlop.
Good play by Russell. At least the players down the ground could pick up their forwards.
Down by Kernahan. Umpire says the ball was held to him, and so it's going to be a bounce at centre field at the 7-minute mark of the second quarter in a very fiery quarter-final. 5 points the difference. 1-6 to 1-1. 12 plays 7. Very low-scoring game, but there's been plenty of action. Knocked down by Madden. Doesn't get it very far. Johnston's there. Christensen. The umpire, however, has blown the whistle.
Free kick to Madden, Pete.
Yes. Big Madden to take the free kick. Out towards half forward. It's taken away for Carlton by Kennedy. Or leave it, the old sign. That wasn't good play. Picked up by Boss right on the boundary line. In fact, he was almost over it. Boss's kick bounces just inside. Christensen tries to keep it away from his opponent. Not successful. Beautifully picked up on the boundary line by Colin. Here go the catches. He gets it to Bairstow.
That was great play on the part of Christensen. Bairstow with a short pass. It'll be okay, and Landy's got it. Beautiful play of Bairstow. Always looks for a man. Landy's kicked the centre half forward. There's Shine going for him. Pen pass back to Johnson. Johnson wide looking for Meldrum, but coming over is Robertson. Back to Meldrum again. Oh, shrugged up right off beautifully. Back it goes now to Robertson at half forward. A good distance out for a goal. Drives it long up there, but the ball pushed away by Nayley, but it's out of bounds. So it's out of bounds in that forward pocket position for Carlton, about 10 metres around from their point post. 5 points the difference. Waiting for the umpire to bring the ball back into play. It'll be Satori, I think, to go for the knockout there with Big Bird. Satori knocks it on again, going after it as Buse right on that, in the middle of that goal square, the kick-off mark. Takes the ball to the back pocket, drives it long out towards half back. Coming in to meet it now is Kennedy with Christensen right on his tail. Oh, good play by Kennedy. Over it goes to Dunlop, back to Darui. There's a go now as the ball is... Nayley drives it up, and a good mark to Satori. I don't know whether Nayley meant to pass it to him, but when it comes off like that, you say a perfect pass.
It wasn't a good kick off the boot by Nayley, but Satori playing in front. A big player, we see her in replay, a tumble punt. And Satori playing on the half-forward flank. They've got a very big half-forward line with Satori on one flank and Kernahan at centre half-forward.
Waiting now for Satori from about 30 metres out from goal. There's the kick. And that looks good to me. No, it's off target. Right through the middle, but it's a point. So Carlton still struggling to score goals. They're 1 goal, 2-8 points. The Geelong 1-6-12, and we're just over the 9.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
And this is Couch just up from the back pocket. He'll cross the 50-metre defence line there. Goes long this time to centre wing. Knocked away by Drum. Johnston, Drum again, tackled him. Seemingly didn't have the ball. He still plays on the Dominator. Back to the edge of the square, and a strong mark taken by Burke. Gets the hand pass out, finally taken away by Christensen from Boss. It's Bairstow. Hunter in pursuit, won't catch him. Long down to full forward. Silvani goes up one-handed. Dunlop gets into the back of his opponent. In goes Silvani to help him out. And the ball scooped over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in about 10 metres from the behind post in Geelong's left forward pocket. 10.5 minutes gone in the second quarter, and we've only got 2 goals on the board as Bruns looks as though he's going to come on very shortly for the Cats. Silvani out of bounds on the full. Free kick Geelong, but about 60 to 65 metres out from goal. And it's going to be taken down there by Mick Turner. We try to centre it. Has he gone for a pass to Ablett, who leads Alvin? That's mark number 4 for Ablett.
Boss off for Geelong and Bruns on.
Now Ablett, as we have said, if there's any weak spot in his game, it's his kicking. He'll be about 48 to 50 metres out. In fact, he kicked it pretty well right on the line. What did you say, Donna?
Shock.
I think everybody here would concur with that. So Gary Ablett letting himself down with some shots at goal that have been anything but good. However, you've got to get the ball first. He does that in a spectacular fashion. Knocked away by Burke. Chance for Darui. Christensen beats him to it. In fact, gets pushed over the line. It'll be a boundary throw in at the 50-metre mark. 11.5 minutes gone in the term.
Good punch back by Burke. Then not too many players do that now, and it's something that's going out of the game.
Madden with Alderdice. Madden gets the front posse. Alderdice gets the ball onto Bairstow. Paddles it in front of him. Good play, Meldrum. Beautifully done to dispossessing. In fact, he's been one of Carlton's best players. It's picked up by Landy. Up towards the square. Might be a goal. Did they touch it? No, they didn't. It's through.
Knocked out by Burke, doing a great job to Morgan. Over it goes to Bruns. Johnson comes in, lost the ball. It's back to Johnson again. He's grabbed a bit high, but he slung the ball back. Nayley picks it up. A chance for Carlton to go deep into attack. He's looking there for Kernahan. It's too long. He was grabbed by Flanagan. Kernahan around the boundary line, and the ball is out of bounds. The game played at a crackerjack pace here tonight, and there's certainly no big pardons out there. Robert Wall should be concerned because his side's struggling against this very much improved Geelong side tonight. Well, they looked as though they had the goods against Collingwood in the first match of this Panasonic Cup. Knocked out by Satori. really fumbled that one. A hand pass comes out from Yates. There's a chance now for Christensen. He's got an open space to run. He's found the hole. He drives the ball long, looking for Ablett. Got a hand to it. Umpire called play on. It's a hand pass coming back from Drum. Hunter's well tackled. It'll be holding the ball against him. That was a magnificent tackle by Ablett. He's playing a great game here tonight, except that his kicking's letting him down. Look at that for a tackle. That's what football's all about. There's the kick by Ablett up the centre half forward. Flying high that time was Alderdice. Going without the ball was Tommy Alvin. Over to Couch. Got one in the back there from Meldrum. Back it comes to Nailey. Taps the ball on. And a bit of a scrimmage develops there, and the umpire will ball it up. Still about 65 metres out from the Geelong goal. There, 2 goals, 6. John Devine. He'd be pretty happy with his side's performance so far. Let's go down to Peter Donegan for a report on the injuries in the Carlton room.
Righto, Louis. Well, the situation is that Peter Dean is quite okay, but Warren McKenzie not so fortunate. He is suffering mild concussion at the moment. The doctor told me that he's not able to come back on just straight away, and I would doubt that he would be able to come on later in the game.
The ball up towards the Geelong full forward position. Russell got his hands with, couldn't hold the mark. Here's a go for Turner. Straightens up a left foot snap and goal. And look at the shot now. It's off target through for 1 point. There's no doubt about it. Geelong looking mighty good at the moment and doing most of the attacking.
Maybe something they might need up forward, Lou, is a bigger player, because they are starting to put the ball up in the air and it's falling into the hands of the Carlton backmen.
There's Hunter going for a run. Half back, drives it long, looking for Satori, but he's not there, and a good mark to break. So they're backing up well, Geelong. Geelong with the ball out there on that centre wing position. Bright's kick, looking for Bairstow. Ball hits the deck now. Robertson back there to Hunter. A long hand pass coming over to Nailey. Morgan's there. Nailey snatched that one. Beautiful. And look at him go after that ball and drive it down there. Oh, great mark to Christensen.
Tell you what, he's playing well.
And Geelong looking really good at this stage of the match.
5 kicks to Christensen. He's done something with each one of them. The ball off the hand of the pack at centre field. And there's Carlton's best player in my book at the moment. Meldrum gets the hand pass back. Glascott. Landy was right into his back. Back it comes to big Jamie Dunlop at centre field. A wobbly punt back to Christensen again. So kick number 6, but he's kicked it straight to Madden.
Bit of pressure out there.
Oh, pushed him right in the face then.
Madden at centre field. 15 3/4 minutes gone. Second quarter. Long to half forward. Plenty of Geelong Guernseys there, but they don't come out with the ball. It's left to Meldrum again. Can this be a goal for Carlton? They need one. He's popped it. Half minutes gone. Morgan goes in again for it.
Another little dust up in the centre.
Burke and Madden having a bit of a dip there.
We've seen a few of them tonight.
Well, they've been all over the ground.
No reports, it would appear, so far, but of course you never know with the goal umpires or the boundary umpires. In the centre, it's a bounce. It's knocked down to Russell. Russell's hand passes astray insofar as Geelong is concerned. Drum went without the ball. Glascott fires it out to Johnston on left centre wing.
And there's a chance now. Satori not doing a bad job at centre half forward. Yates is down
Yates
there.
is down. He's caught one.
He's limping badly. Over to Johnson. Johnson in a bit of trouble, looking for Kennedy, but it beats him and the ball is out of bounds. There's Yates still hopping about. He looks as though he's done an ankle or something there. Let's hope they haven't got to lose him, because he's doing a great job down there in defence. And certain looks as though he's, yes, going straight off the ground. Ball back there again. Another box on between Flanagan and Burke and Kernahan. But Kernahan didn't have much of a chance there. There were 2 against 1.
In those situations, you always hope the umpire comes in, Lou.
Well, particularly when you're 1 out. They're pretty... Yates, that's a bit of a blow to Geelong. A big blow, as a matter of fact.
Warming up for Carlton is Ian Herman.
Well, have a look at that Geelong, or that Carlton forward line. Geelong forward line, I should say. There's not a player down there. Ball hits the deck again. Bruns going, oh, down he goes.
You don't mind.
Gus, is this one for young and old here now?
Really, umpire, come on.
There's Bruns to take that free kick down there at half back.
A rugby league player was reported for that last week.
18.5 minutes gone. 5 points the difference in favour of Geelong. A shocking kick. Doesn't bounce right for Morgan. Satori comes in, goes without the ball. Ball comes back now to near, but it's finally Russell going after it. Picked up this time by Drum. Does a bit of sidestepping. Picked up by Couch. Couches kick is a long one over the half ball. A chance for Turner. Got his hands but couldn't hold the mark. Going after it as Bradley gets away from him. Drops the ball short into Meldrum, their best player. Going after Meldrum now is Neil. A short pass. He drops it short. It's all right. Oh, he dropped an easy one. Oh, there was a mark or chance of a lifetime that time by Herman, but he dropped it.
Can be excused. This is his first game from collegians. He was in a deal with Marcoux and Sheldon, originally tied to St Kilda.
I suppose he was a bit nervous. No, don't blame him being out there tonight. Ball pushed on again. There's Flanagan. He was grabbed. Herman gets a hand pass out. At the bottom of that pack is Colin. The umpire will ball it up right on the 50-metre defence line. 19.5 minutes gone. 5 points the difference in favour of the Cats. And this has been a torrid game tonight. It's a great place to be sitting up here in the commentary box. Back it comes to Johnson. Turner's got him a bit high. Oh, down he goes, but he's a bit of an actor, Wayne, and it pays off sometimes.
Well done to Wayne Johnson.
He's got a 15-metre penalty out of it. This brings him well within kicking distance. They could get a goal here right on siren time as they did in that first quarter when Kernahan kicked the goal. He got one, but it wasn't that bad. Now, we'll have a go at the goals, Wayne Johnson, and he's kicked some beautiful goals in his day. Let's see what he does with this kick. There she is on its way. Oh, it won't reach the distance. So at half-time we see 2 goals, 19 points. Geelong to Carlton, 2-2-14.
A torrid first half in the National Panasonic Cup. 5 points the difference, and we'll be back here at VFL Park after the 10th slot.
For that Peter Dean is okay after that knock that he received, but Warren McKenzie still suffering from mild concussion, and his place for the rest of the game is a little doubtful. Well, you can see the boys have just come out behind me, and Coach Robert Walls gave them a fairly stern talking to. He said theirs was a stop-start performance in the first half, and the players, when they came in from the ground, came in with their heads down. They were pretty dejected about their first half performance, and obviously Pete the Blues looking to do much better in the second half.
But Pete, thanks very much indeed. Let's check the draw for the second round in the National Panasonic Cup. We gave you the next 2 games, so there's only one after that. Melbourne Hawthorn, West Coast Eagles and Fitzroy. We spoke about those, and Essendon and the Sydney Swans. So, of course, we have the chance of the Eagles getting through, Lou, and also the Sydney Swans. So there is still, at least at the moment, an interstate flavour in the competition.
Yes, there is, Pete, but this game is not over by a long shot, Don. This is one of the toughest matches I've seen here for a long time.
And this is one of the best games I've seen. The only thing that has marred this game is the incidents behind play.
Yeah.
There certainly have been a couple of those, but there would appear no report so far. But as we intimated, a couple were certainly missed during the first 2 terms. 19 plays, 14 at half time. For Palmer's Punchlines with the sporting editor of the Sunday Press, Scotty Buck.
Good evening, Peter. Welcome, viewers, to the Sunday Press. We've got 7 pages of top-line football for tomorrow. Collingwood could be engaged in legal battles on 2 sides in Adelaide as they try desperately to secure players to put run in their game. They could in fact be taken to the Supreme Court by North Adelaide if they persist in coaxing gift sprinter David Robertson to Victoria. The even-time runner still has a contract to fulfil in Adelaide but wants to cross the border. They've been told, remember what happened to Footscray in 1985 when they tried to get John Riley from North Adelaide. The Bulldogs lost in court. West Adelaide is just determined to keep Grant Filkey. Poor Lethal Lee, he can't get an easy player these days. The Sherlock Holmes of football, the big ex-policeman, Max Croxford, is about to be called in on his most important VFL case. Hawthorn, which has scored successes with Paul Harding and Gary Buckenara in the Supreme Court, is now expected to lodge double-barrel poaching charges against the West Coast Eagles. Harding's papers are already in, and the league have been waiting for the court battle to finish. A complaint now over Buckenara is expected. Investigation Officer Croxford is likely to delve into the transcripts of the court hearing. If guilty, the Eagles could face hefty fines. Dermot Breton is the good Irish stock, and he has decided to show his colours in Hawthorn's next night game at VFL Park. The Adidas people rang us and said Dermot will wear green boots at VFL Park. Why the green ones and not the pink ones that we promised to see this part of the season? It's Patrick's Day, isn't it? Said Dermot. Next Wednesday is D-Day for about 100 players, though, who could find themselves cast aside by the clubs who have to reduce their list from 60 to 50. I would expect Paul Cronin of the Brisbane Bears to be busy rounding up the best of the rejects the same day. What about good mates Tony Lockett and David Whitty of St Kilda? They had a Barney down there in the inter-club match today at Moorabbin, and Lockett, the full forward, ended up being booked for striking. And here's a scoop story for the day. Former West Australian player Clinton Browning, who played half a game last season with Hawthorn but just couldn't make it at Glenfrey Oval, played today with Footscray. He was only on for a half but looked good, and the Bulldogs thrashed North Melbourne 25-12 to 8-8. And on the football romance scene, all of Lygon Street, in fact the entire Italian community up there, are excited over the marriage tomorrow of one of their favourite ladies, Amanda Donidi, of the famous restaurant and pasta family. Carlton star Ken Hunter is getting married to her tomorrow. Amanda's family, they're going to throw a big feast up there, I believe, in Lygon Street. Hunter, who was out at VFL Park tonight, told Punchlines the wedding will be at an inner suburban pub. From us, Ken, viva la sposi, which means praise the couple. Back to you, Pete, and keep punching.
I'm just laughing about the green boots. Don, what about that? Did you?
He's a bit behind the time. I had them 10 years ago, pink ones I had.
What about you?
Well, I wore pink boots when I was 3 months old. I thought I was a girl. Pink boots, green boots, what are they?
White boots.
Doesn't matter what sort of boots you're wearing. If you can't get the ball, you can't kick it, can you?
OK, Don, well, speaking of kicking, we saw just about everything in the first half, didn't we, really?
What a fantastic game of football. It's a pity football is not like this a lot more often. This is the first altercation, a bad thing that happened behind play, and Peter Dean was taken from the ground. But this game had everything. There was a lot of skill, there was tremendous pressure, there was players going in after the ball, and I was thoroughly entertained. There's not too many games that I come to in modern day football where I'm entertained, but I am very entertained tonight. The scores are indicative of the pressure, and this is a good goal by Kernahan, the only goal scored in the first quarter. And he was a good player at centre-half forward. Ablett, and a sensational player, but his kicking just does let him down. Geelong are getting the ball out of the centre, and when they do get it out of the centre, especially in the first half, and also in the first part of the second quarter, they look good. They go straight down the ground. They may lack a little bit of height. They've only got Cleve, who's now taking the ball at full forward down there. So they've really got to run the ball in much quicker than what they're doing, and trying to put the ball out in front so the players can run to it. It's not much good kicking it high like this, although this ball did go through, and it was a good kick by Graham Landy. And that's maybe where they're breaking down, whereas Carlton, on the other hand, they've got some very, very big players on that forward line. Meldrum, a very good player, and probably one of the only Carlton's good players in that first half. Yates has been playing a terrific game, started on Justin Madden, led him to the ball, and is providing a lot of drive. And there's one of those altercations, the three big men in, and this is where the umpire comes in, and they were just waiting for that umpire to come in. Kernahan, Burke, and also Flanagan. Hughes came on. Oh, thank you very much. Maybe a little bit lucky there he wasn't reported, Fraser Murphy.
Well, I think you'll both agree that it's a different Carlton side to last year. I think we saw signs of it
Geelong side too.
Well, Geelong side, I mean, we saw them do the same thing against Collingwood. They went in very hard, but tonight they've even more
but they've got skill, and that is a good thing. They've got the skill as well as the aggression.
That's right.
All right, well, let's go down to the Geelong room now. And Jack Edwards. Jack, any news on Yates? What happened to him?
Well, yes, Peter, bad news for Mark Yates. I'm sorry to say he has snapped the Achilles tendon in the left leg, which is not good news, and that, to me, without being a professional man, that's nearly the season, I would think. Bad luck for Mark Yates. There's also a story down here that Kenny Hunter may have been reported by the umpires out there in the first half of the game. Not confirmed, but a lot of people seem to be thinking that. But bad luck for Mark Yates. Geelong are all fired up to take this game out, and they're going the right way about it. Back to you now, Pete.
Right, thanks, Jack. I was just asking Don what snapped Achilles. That's a season, is it?
Well, I had a horse that snapped a tendon. We had to put him down, and I'm not being jocular there, but that is really bad luck, and I just hope that his football season's not finished.
Well, of course, Mark was going to be one of the candidates for the captaincy at Geelong, so it might put a dampener on that. We'll take a break. 5 points the difference in favour of the Cats at half-time.
First half, the handballs to the difference in favour of Carlton, and the hit-outs 13-14. So everything would suggest a pretty even game. It certainly is that, with Geelong leading by 5 points.
Well, it was a pretty rugged game, Don, but only 13 free kicks handed out by the two umpires. That's rather low, isn't it?
Well, it seems that way, Lou. I'd be interested in the number of the tackles too. I'm also trying to pick up Stephen Silvani. He didn't look too good as he was going off the ground. I wonder whether he has come back onto the ground, because they can ill afford to have injuries, and Geelong likewise, because they only had small fellows on the bench. They've got Yates and Boz off the ground and replaced them with small fellows, and they can't afford to do that.
Can't see Silvani, Don.
So they've been straight, and Mackenzie's back on the ground. Dunlop.
Well, he's still limping, isn't he? Looks a little proppy. So quite a few injuries tonight, but most of them recoverable, certainly. But the bad one, as Jack Edwards mentioned, a possible bad Achilles injury to Mark Yates. So we might hear more news on that a little bit later on during the course of the evening. 2-7 to 2-2 at half-time. Kernahan and Meldrum, the goal kickers for Carlton. Cleve and Landy, the goal kickers for Geelong. But a very, very good game. Tommy Alvin late in the second quarter. In fact, towards the end of the first term as well, had the job of minding Gary Ablett.
Been very quiet tonight, Tommy Alvin.
I thought he's, oh well, I don't want to argue with you, but I think he's, I thought he's done fairly well since he's gone on to Ablett.
Second half begins, a margin of 5 points to Geelong. Knocked down by Burke. Can't get it very far. Meldrum tries to go through, one of the best players on the ground, and certainly Carlton's best, I thought. Now Scratcher Neal is on for the first time. Over to Turner. Up towards half forward, and there was Alvin. Overruns the ball. Crowd yells out. Ablett goes down. And it's going to be a free kick. Let's see which way it's going. As Road picks up the ball. Ablett handing one out. Can't argue with that. Shine takes the free kick for Carlton. Madden got one on the back. Nice mark to Satori, though.
Played fairly well, Pete.
He has taken a few good marks. This is Johnston. Kick number 7 up to Meldrum, who is shaping up as the best player on the ground. Johnston again. Kick number 8. The Dominator down to Hunter and Bright. Murphy overruns the ball. Looks a little bit damp out there. Glasgow gets the hand pass out. That's to Nailey, who has a snapshot at goal. It looks good. Carlton hit the lead.
Good play then by David Glasgow. A very, very quick hand pass. Got it out to Mark Nailey, and on his left foot, he scored Carlton's third goal.
Pretty slick work on the part of Meldrum too, as he hooked it over there to Johnson.
And a high kick by Johnson. I thought it good play by Bright to get it down on the ground, but there's a quick hand pass. Nailey running past well, screws it over his right shoulder. 6 and 8 for Nailey.
Joel Umpire didn't have any doubts about that one. 1 minute 40 gone in the third quarter, and Carlton regained the lead in this quarter-final match. And scrimmage developing here, not too far from the centre, and once again it will be a bounce. And very crowded bounce. About 30 players around it. Knocked away again by Burke. He's doing well in the ruck against Madden. Madden certainly has the height. Chance for Buse to pick the ball up and drive Geelong forward.
Now that was brilliant play up there towards Alvin, and Ablett having a battle. A chance for Ablett now. Oh, well played that time by Carlton. That was Robertson forcing it through. Down went Ablett.
Ablett saying, OK, I got one. Where's the free kick?
Scores dead level. 20 points apiece. Ablett not the most popular guy with the Carlton supporters tonight. Ball tapped to the ground. There's Meldrum, the best player on the ground in my book. Out there at half-back, and look at him go around that wing position on the members' side. A hand pass coming over. Bradley turns, walks around Bruns, boots the ball up to the 50-metre attacking line. Ball punched out that time by Flanagan. Cole cops 2 of them that time. Nailey tries to get clear, gets it out towards Satori. Coming in as Meldrum again. A hand pass to Kennedy, put him under pressure. Kennedy goes down, taps the ball out now to Johnson. Johnson hooks it back quickly, looking for Kernahan. The ball punched away. This is Hunter. He's grabbed. Bright got into his back, with the umpire call play on. Oh, that was a pretty close decision, that one.
Bit of pressure out there, and Geelong just faltering at this early stage of the third quarter.
Scores dead level, 20 points apiece, and what a game it is tonight. The first quarter-final of the National Panasonic Cup. Bright balks. He's grabbed. He threw that one away. Meldrum again. Balks. He goes down. He gets it out. He's holding the ball against him. It's about the first mistake he's made all night.
At least he's going in and getting the ball.
He's not too happy with the umpire's decision then. So the ball goes back to Flanagan. 3.5 minutes gone of this third quarter. Over to Buse, out there on his own, running towards the wing position now. Goes for a pass. Good mark to all the dice. He copped one from Shine, but it didn't affect the big fella at all. Not much of him. He's pretty tall. Meldrum, Alvin. Great mark there to Ablett. Outmanoeuvred Alvin completely.
That is strength.
There's no doubt about this guy, the most brilliant player we've seen for a long time. Look at that. These two to contend with there and beat them both. Now let's see whether they can kick a lot better than with this shot. There it is. That's a pretty good one. And that's a goal. 6 plays, 20 in favour of Geelong. 6 points the difference.
7 marks and 7 kicks and 7 handballs rather for Ablett, and that was his first goal as we approach the 5-minute mark of the third term. Out to Couch. Has to get rid of it quickly. It's past Neil, knocked on by his opposite number 35, Dean. Back to Russell. Tries to get around Road. Subsequently a short kick down to the 50-metre line. Plenty of Carlton jerseys down there. And it's picked up down there for the Blues by Mackenzie and driven away by Robertson, where the mark is taken by Glascott close to the boundary line. Up the centre wing. Ball hits the deck and picked up by Buse. Close to the boundary line in pursuit. Glascott again. Should trap it well inside. He does. Balks nicely. Back towards centre wing, and that's a fine mark taken by Kennedy. Kennedy just short of the centre wing position, actually. Chance to put the Blues into attack. High kick up over the national sign. Chance for Clee, but his teammate in front has taken the mark. And that's Big Burke, who, as I said before, is doing a pretty good job in the ruck against Madden. He's not as tall, but he's certainly doing well. This is Bairstow. Ablett the flyer. What a mark! Oh, what a ripper! 6 marks to Gary Ablett, and that certainly
See here on replay. Magnificent.
That's close. It might be a goal. 1 behind. 6 1/4 minutes into the third term, and Gary Ablett really treating the fans here.
He's unbelievable, isn't he, Lou?
Well, tremendous talent.
Dean goes for the short pass. It's effective. Marked by Alvin. It's 7 points the difference. 6 1/2 minutes in. Alvin in the back pocket. Long clearing kick. Looking for Kernahan. Burke, effective knock away. DeRuy and Turner clash. Turner tries to get clear. Good tackle by Murphy. Loose ball. There goes a Geelong player there. He caught one a little bit too high. And that's Drum. And Drum will take the free kick at the left half forward flank. Long way from goal. He'd be 65 to 70 metres. So he's gone for a short pass. Looking for Buse, and Buse marks 50 metres out.
This fella's played a good game tonight too, Buse. He's made position very well for a rover.
Interstate representative.
He's had 10 possessions so far.
Well, good long kick too. Should land it in the 10-metre square. And off the hands of the pack. It's through for a behind. And the scoreboard in the National Panasonic Cup shows a low-scoring game, and the 6 goals kicked. The Cats 3-10, Carlton 3-2.
8 points the difference. Don, it must be very difficult for coaches to put players on Ablett, because you can't put a big guy on him because they're not manoeuvrable enough, are they?
That's why he's so good, Lou.
That's why, and he's such a great mark. There's Bruns going after in front of Meldrum. Meldrum grabbing a bit high that time, but it's finally forced out of bounds. There's a box on now.
Again.
There's 3 against 1. In goes Johnson. Kernahan rushes in. Meldrum and Bruns having a great ding-dong battle there now. But it's been like this all night. One of the fieriest games we've seen for a long, long time.
A little bit of niggling there by Meldrum on Bruns, and then the 3 Geelong players came in, remonstrated. Now everybody's into it.
Well, he didn't have much chance, Bruns.
We'll see here at Meldrum.
Now the 3 of them come at him. Now he didn't have a chance at all. Johnson a bit late. He's got a piggyback there. Down he goes. Comes Buse. Oh, well, everyone's happy now. The umpire's going to throw it in from that centre wing position.
Drum off. And Fitzgerald, John Fitzgerald on, the rover.
Ball back into play again. Up there towards that half-forward line. Punched out again by Carlton. Picked up here now. This time it's Dean. Dean back on the ground.
The umpire's picked it up now. Why doesn't he report that player? He's paying the free kick.
Well, I think he may be. I don't know what's happening.
No, he didn't report him.
We'll see this on replay.
Well, Kennedy might have been a bit lucky, but the free kick will go to Neil on that centre wing position. The scoreboard's gone out to top it off now tonight. That's not a bad effort. So it's back to the centre of the ground. Meldrum kicks it off the ground, still playing a great game. Out it goes wide, but Christensen there on his own.
Played a good game, Luke.
Walks around Hunter, goes for a pass to Morgan. Morgan runs, lets fly up there towards Ablett again. He comes out with Alvin. Alvin's got him covered that time, and the ball is out of bounds.
A little bit of spite in this game now, Lou. As the play moves away, players are shortening step and walking over the top of their opposition on the ground.
8 points the difference into the third quarter by just on 4 minutes. It's been a tough, torrid game. Well, sorry, there it is, just over 4 minutes, I should say.
No, 9.5, Lou. The clock on the scoreboard you're looking at is wrong.
Yeah, so it's 9.5 minutes. I thought we'd been going for quite some time, but the scoreboard's back on again.
You don't get overtime, mate.
No, you certainly don't. Won't mention that. Ball knocked out by Madden, picked up by Glasgow, tapped on again by Robertson, and the ball is out of bounds. Out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Geelong goal. They're 3 goals, 10-28. To Carlton, 3 goals, 2-20. Into this quarter by just over 10 minutes.
I was just going to ask you how your pension was. Knocked down by Madden.
Don't talk about it.
Picked up by Dean, and good to see that he's recovered after that heavy knock he got early in the game. Good long kick up over the centre field area. Cole. Johnson and Burke tangle. Nailey tries to nail him. Can't do so. He's run a little far. Just gets rid of it in time. Bairstow at centre field. Oh, goes for a hand pass. Not a good one to Cole. He gets flattened. And it's going to be a bounce at centre field. 10.5 minutes in.
Well, neither side could get the break done.
There was a shocking hand pass by Bairstow at Cole's feet then, and bad hand pass, bad play.
A bounce at centre field. Madden had it on his own. Couldn't really get it effectively to a teammate. Glasgott's kick is out wide. Couch on centre wing. Gets nailed. Good tackle from Nailey. Thank you very much. DeRuy onto Rode. Rode near the edge of the square. Will he go for a hand pass? No, he's well shepherded, so goes long with the kick. That's beautifully directed to in the mark to Kernahan at half forward. He's a good kick. Kicked the first goal of the game tonight. Up towards Sartori. Murphy beautifully roved. And a goal.
You want a video recorder that puts more into your video? You get them from National.
From National.
For anybody who has a large crew, discovering Australia can be a lot of fun. In the spacious new Star Wagon, room for 8 people and their baggage. The new Mitsubishi Star Wagon. 8 into 1 goes spaciously.
Fraser Murphy making the difference now. 2 points. Kernahan, Nailey, Meldrum and Murphy, the goal kickers for Carlton. 4-2 plays 3-10 in the National Panasonic Cup.
There's Morgan breaking clear. A good bit of play over to Turner. Short pass. He's got it again, the champ. He's killing Alvin down. There's a 15-metre penalty. I think that's his 7th mark for the match so far. And of course, he's already kicked 1 goal. I think
kicked 1-2.
1-2.
Well, there's no value. There's a lot of value in getting the ball out of the centre there, and that's the skill of Turner. And Ablett in front, a good chest mark. Good skills shown by Geelong.
Well, Ablett, a real superstar from about 25 metres out. Let's fly. What's he done with this one? Oh, he's off target again, so he's kicked 1 goal, 3, and he's very disappointed with his kicking. It has been woeful.
One out of bounds too, Luke.
Yes, so 29 plays, 26, and Ablett, of course, had he been kicking straight, it could have put him in a good position. Waiting to come on the ground as Herman. Ball back into play again. Out there towards Big Madden and Burke. Knocked on by Burke, pushed on again by Shaw. The ball goes back by Bradley to the centre of the ground. Still another fight behind. They're wrestling all over the place now as it comes out to Shine again. A scramble around about the centre field area. Christian doing a great job. A long hand pass. And it's a beauty. This is Little Buse breaking clear, playing a crackerjack game. 2 up there towards the champ. Look at that for a mark. What a player this fella is. We haven't seen a better player for a long, long time. That was absolutely magnificent play on the part of Ablett.
3 great marks this quarter.
Look at that, Don.
Yeah, here's Buse again. Now, this is strength again. You can't blame Elvin. He's in front, Ablett. Maybe all you can say to Elvin is get in front, but he's trying, but it's a strength of Ablett.
That's 8 marks he's taken for the night so far into this third quarter by just on 14 minutes. Going for goal number 2. There's the kick on its way. And that's a goal. So we see the scoreboard. Geelong, 4 goals, 11-35 to Carlton, 4 goals, 2-26. And I think the scoreboard tells the story with the bad kicking there by Geelong.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Lou, about Ablett, how he's got everything. But one deficiency he has got, and he could work on it, is his kicking for goal, because he does a lot of good work up forward, but just doesn't finish it off too well. Madden off for Geelong. for Carlton.
Justin Madden, well, he was involved in one of those little scuffles there. I don't know whether he's been brought off as a disciplinary measure. Has he done?
Well, I don't know, but I think the umpires have just got to start and take control because there are little things happening behind play and a report wouldn't go astray.
Herman to Bradley to Johnston. This could be a very quick reply to Carlton. He's kicked that long up to the square and off the hands and through for one behind. Before Glascott could do too much about it. Good long kick by Johnston. 27 plays 35. 4-3 to 4-11. So a difference of 8 points. So Dean going on to Ablett now.
It's a bit late.
That's where he started, isn't it?
Yep.
Weren't they together in the first quarter?
Before Dean left the ground.
Mark taken by Turner. Turner at the left half-back flank.
Good to see Turner coming back into form too.
Terrific.
Brilliant player, Turner.
Mike Turner from left half-back flank. Certainly had a few problems with injuries in his career. And of course, he might get the captaincy if Mark Yates has got a serious Achilles injury. He'd be a candidate for it anyway. Bairstow at centre field. Gets a play on order. Gets around Fraser Murphy. Long kick up to half forward. Ablett again. That's 4 or 5 marks this quarter now. That was a strong one as well. Long shot is off target, out of bounds on the full.
That's his 9th mark for the match so far.
How will Dean play him now, Lou? Close or give him a little bit of latitude?
There's only one way to play him. Play him at the side. You've got to play really close. You don't play him from behind or front. You play right next to him. You don't give him a chance at all.
Herman goes for a short pass, taken by Johnston. Well, good long kick up to the centre wing position. At the back is Cleve. But a good strong mark taken by Flanagan over the top. Short pass from that player, Hughes. Must agree with Lou, the little rover playing a fine game. He's gone up to the 10-metre square, almost a mark again to Ablett. Just couldn't quite complete it. It's out of bounds. Boundary throw in, right forward pocket for the Cats at the 16-minute mark of the quarter.
You wouldn't be too happy if the coach said you got to go on Ablett and mind him for the day, would you? So look, could I take the afternoon off?
It's a boundary throw in, contested by Alderdice. Tried to get it down to Ablett. Dean. Out to Rode, out to Elvin. A little bit more latitude for him. Up towards centre field. Bradley has the grab for Carlton. Just short of the circle. Bradley, the former South Australian, down long. Oh, Brunt seemed to lose sight of that one. Time for the big ruckman to pick it up. Now it's Flanagan's turn from Burke.
Good skills.
Short pass, or knock-on attempted by Hughes. I guess that's what it was. It didn't work. And the kick taken by Mackenzie for Carlton. Up towards half forward, and the ball was knocked away by Christensen. Still in play. Hunter to Murphy. Beautiful play, Blues. And Murphy gets it to Meldrum, who's been a little bit quiet in the last 10 minutes, but that's no slight on him because up until that stage he'd been best on the ground. Short pass. Johnston. Now he can kick the ball long. Cole late on the scene. Johnston's kick lands in the 10-metre square. Well, 2 Carlton players are there, and Terry Bright knocks it through for a point. 4-11 to 4-4. 35 plays 28, 17.5 minutes into the third quarter. Got to get in boot and mouth early this year. Out to Bruns. The only chance we get. Ball hits the deck again. Alvin. One would presume relishing the move away from Gary Ablett.
I think you'd be pleased about it.
I think he would. Approaching the 18-minute mark, John Devine, I'm sure, will be pleased with Ablett showing tonight. 4-11 to 4-4 in this low-scoring game.
Ball up on that half-forward line for Carlton. They're finding it hard to score goals. The Geelong defence really tightening up tonight. Hughes doing a great job. Gets it out to Neil. Good play on the part of Couch, but Neil went without the ball. That's Elvin throwing himself at the ball. And, of course, the umpire will ball it up out there on the centre wing position. Approaching the 18.5-minute mark of this third quarter, the first quarter final of the National Panasonic Cup. 4 goals, 11-35 Geelong to Carlton. 4 goals, 4-28. And what a game it's been tonight. It's a low-scoring game. There's Hughes going now. Little fella doing a great job. Looking for Ablett. Coming out. He's got it again. Mark number 10 for the match. Well, we did say that Melbourne's the best player, was one of the best players on the ground. This fella's pretty close. The only thing that's letting him down is he's kicking. 15-metre penalty.
Luke.
Silly play on the part of Carlton then. Now he's...
See here, Hughes and Ablett showing Dean a clean pair of heels. Too fast for Dean.
We'll wait now for this kick. He shouldn't miss this one. He's only about 25 metres out from goal. On a bit of an angle. Kick on its way. 1 point again. So he's kicked, what, 1 goal, 4. 1 goal, 5 and 1 out of bounds.
2-5.
2-5. 2-5. So the difference now 8 points. And of course, he's dominating that forward line. He's a brilliant player, Ablett.
Also, you must mention Views to 9 kicks in this quarter.
Playing a great game. They've had many good players. Their defence has been tremendous tonight, Geelong. It's really tightened up and not giving any latitude down there to the Carlton forwards. That's Dunlop at the back. But Burke playing great football, taps the ball down. It's knocked on now, and Shine kicks a grubber, looking there for Bradley. Johnson gave it to Bradley again, but he had his back away from him. Finally, it's over to Kennedy, a short pass. But little Christensen, not doing a bad job either, takes the mark at centre-half back. So we're just on the 20-minute mark of this third quarter. 36 plays, 28 in favour of the Cats, and doing a great job tonight.
Yes, they are. And I must agree with you about Christensen too, Lou. He's played an excellent game. Now towards Morgan on centre wing. Glascott in hot pursuit. Ball doesn't bounce kindly for him. Now he finally gets the hand pass out to Landy. Back to Scratcher Neal. Neal's gone wide, and he finds Burke. The 2 number 30s out there, but they're vastly different in size. Bruns at the circle. High ball out wide to half forward. It's okay for the Cats. That's just about a play-on call. Bairstow does. Has to affect the hand pass. Knocked on by Herman. Bairstow again. Tries to regain control. Can't do so. And the umpire will bounce it at right half forward flank for Geelong. Bairstow making the mistake there of trying to play on when his man was too close to him. 8 points the difference. Crackerjack game. Not a high-scoring one, but the crowd really entertained. And hope you are too at home.
It's a good crowd too, Pete, round about the 15,000 mark, I'd say.
It is. Oh, knocked down by Dunlop to Couch. Couch gets flattened. Now that may be a booking. The other umpire is coming up. He's not taking out the book. Let's take it again. It was high, but it's downfield. Ablett has the kick, a chance for his third goal. He's kicked 2-5. Now it's 3-5 for Gary Ablett.
Fast bucks. 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 Fast bucks.
Greyhound racing. It's the best live action in town.
42 plays 28. That's the biggest break Geelong have had. 3 goals to Ablett, 1 to Cleve, 1 to Landy, the goal kickers for Geelong. And the Cats have a chance to go forward again as it comes once more out to Couch on right centre wing. And he was their best player in the first round when they defeated Collingwood. Up to Ablett once more. Can't take the mark. The chance, though, is for Turner, but he can gain control. Kennedy in hot pursuit. Ablett, beautiful play, though, from Turner.
Mark number 11 for the match so far.
How many's he taken this quarter? It would be a considerable sum, and a lot of them have been spectacular. 6 marks for this term, and we're not into time on.
But this player here, Michael Turner, what fantastic play. The way he read the ball and then showed his opposition a clean pair of heels.
Gary Ablett for goal number 4. The crowd seems to like it, so does the goal umpire. And Geelong go further ahead. They lead now by 20 points.
Well, that was a better kick for goal by Ablett. His last kick, he's kicked 4 goals in this quarter, but that was a better kick for goal in as much as he had that straight knee and he banged straight through the ball. Now, this is good play by Turner here. I hope he does regain his form because he is a very, very good player, Michael Turner.
Of course, we must... I'm sorry, Don, I was going to say we must remember that Ablett did have that serious knee injury, didn't he?
Well, he's looking good tonight, Turner.
So is Gary Ablett. 23.5 minutes gone. 6-12-48. Plays 4-4-28.
And that's Burke knocking it out over to Little Morgan. A hand pass comes out to Russell. Side steps. He shows plenty of power to Couch. Back it goes again. A short one. It bounced the wrong way for Fitzgerald. Picked up by Robertson off the side of the boot. But there's a chance for Geelong to go back into attack through Landy. Umpire called play on. He got around Johnson pretty easily as he sends the ball long. Looking for Ablett again. He's got it. Mark number 12. He's fixed Dean up. He's fixed Elvin up. He's fixed them all up tonight.
You're not wrong. He's fixed them up.
He has fixed them up properly. This fella is playing a magnificent game.
Oh, he is good. Listen, this fellow is just good.
This quarter in particular.
Well, that's mark number 12, and I think 7 for this quarter.
7 for the quarter, that's right.
And he's going for goal number 5. And there it is, right through the middle.
When you feel like something refreshingly different, Kaiser Stool Rosé. The flavour of Europe right here in Australia's Barossa.
Tomorrow, the battle lines are drawn when Cash and Bobo do battle for their countries. It's Australia versus Yugoslavia in the first round tie for the Davis Cup. Brought to you by NEC and Ford Australia. A 7 Sport exclusive tomorrow at 12.
Geelong looking really good. 54 plays, 28, a 26-point lead into this quarter by just on 25 minutes. Back it goes to Geelong's half-forward line. Down goes Robertson. Ball pushed out to Elvin. A hurried kick out wide to Johnson. He's on his own. He's got a paddock to run it. That's if he can pick it up. He gets around Landy, but Neil collars him. They can't do a thing right at the moment. Back from Flanagan over to Neil. Neil goes for a short pass, and Russell's got it. Now we'll see whether he can get it again. Here he comes again, Ablett. Falls a bit short. He's going to do a bit of shepherding here up his little teammate Buse. Oh, down he goes. Oh, they're falling over like 9 pins. There could be a report here.
It'd have to be, sure.
Well, there could be a report for sure. Buse having a box on there with... who was it down there with him?
Dean.
With Dean. Oh, golly, did they ever go? Abbott's still down. Oh, has it been on here tonight?
That was the square off.
Could have been. Could have
See
been.
here on replay.
Oh, there's a straight arm tackle if I've ever seen one. Then the other one comes after.
Yeah.
And there's one.
Well, they're both reportable.
Well, I don't know if anyone will be
Books are out. The books are out.
Books are out. Well, there's been a number of reports that should have happened before now too.
Well, the umpires have let things go a little bit.
Too much.
And they can blame themselves
Well, that's
for what
right.
is happening.
You've got to pull these things up early in the piece because they do get ahead.
Well, he's writing an essay there.
One of those went on earlier and he didn't report the Carlton player.
Well, there's Ablett getting to his feet
Take a
again.
look now. There were 2 incidents here, Don, weren't there?
Well, Ablett coming across to Shepherd for Buse.
Here's one.
It's a crude shepherd by Ablett.
Yeah. That was a very high tackle. There's another one.
He's got one. Well, they're all on their feet again. But very shaky. Ablett, of course, has kicked 5 goals.
Well, Ablett's got the free kick.
Well, it looks
now, that is the right decision too. Although he instigated the first free kick, then he was, well, I suppose he struck E.
Well, I don't know if he's been reported on Ablett. He might have been lucky. 50 metres out, going for goal number 6. His 10th kick coming up, and there it is on its way. And look at that for goal number 6. And he's really hot. What a player.
This quarter, Lou, he's had.
Yeah, and he's had about, 13 marks for the match. 8 goals, 12, 60 Geelong to Carlton, 4 goals, 4, 28. And we are seeing the exhibition of a lifetime, the way that this fella's going about playing his game of football.
Well, number 5 was worn by another famous Geelong player, Polly Farmer, and boy, is he Gary Ablett doing this number justice tonight. You just shake your head when he gets the ball. It's just unbelievable what he can do. 6 goals in this quarter. He has come alive.
24 for Carlton is Dunlop. And the Cats go forward again. It's down to half forward. Now, where's Ablett? Ball into the open spaces, but there has been a whistle on play. And it's going to be a free downfield. It'll be taken by Scratcher Neil. Neil at left half forward. Long way from goal, about 55 metres.
Too slow.
Plenty of players down there now, so the kick is long. Ablett at the back. Oh, he nearly snared it too. It's 1 point.
I agree with you, Don. He uses tremendous strength to back the player out of position and then puts the one arm up to take the mark. And he's so strong he marks them most times.
4-9 the difference. Dean to bring the ball back.
A lot of credit should go to the Geelong players further up the ground. Burke's doing a tremendous job at those centre bounces.
Must agree. He's probably had the best of. There he is there, putting the tackle on Mackenzie, who gets it out and turn to Kennedy. Onto centre wing. Kernahan gets ridden into the ground by Cleve. Picked up by Glasgow on right centre wing. Should drive Carlton forward long. He does. Christensen in the road. Cleve up high. Might have come down with the mark, or is it a Carlton ball? It is. To Satori. Now it's Johnston. Up to Alvin. Nailey on the boundary line. Christensen. Back it goes to Bradley. Oh, that's a funny old kick. Satori in front. Can't quite drag it down. Geelong defence has been particularly good tonight. Hand pass comes out to Johnston. And a safe mark taken by Cole down there. He might get a 15-metre penalty.
Blues becoming a little bit frustrated.
He is now, bringing Tommy Alvin back on the mark. 29.5 minutes have gone. Cole now from half-back to get the Cats out of danger in this memorable third quarter. Attempted knock-on by Dunlop wasn't successful. Good tackle on Kennedy. Now a chance for the Blues through Nailey. Nailey at right centre wing. He's gone for a pass. Christensen chips in beautifully and marks.
Doing a great job down there in defence. Fell over but was able to regain his feet. Out to Alderdice, bounced the wrong way. Kennedy cops that one out of the pack and drives it down towards that half-forward line for the Blues. Punched out by Christensen again. But the umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Tommy Alvin. The Blues badly needing a goal. We're pretty close to siren time to end this third quarter. Cleave, what a great mark in defence. So this defence of Geelong's really standing up to the strain. And the ball out of bounds. That wasn't a good kick by Cleave, so that'll be a penalty free kick out there to Robertson for Carlton. His kick is up to the half-forward line. Up the top of the pack, Hunter with a hand pass. There's a chance now. Oh, golly, Glasgow dropped that. He messed that one up completely. Had the chance to break clear, but the umpire will ball it up. It's about 40 metres out from the Carlton goal. And they're scarce and hard to come by for the Blues tonight, particularly in this third quarter where Gary Ablett's really starred here tonight. Knocked out by Flanagan. The ball hits the deck, scouting out well as Neil. Neil out there on that half-back line goes for a short pass to find Turner. He got one in the back. The umpires found the free kick, and Turner must be very happy with his form on it because he played a great game out there on the wing. Goes for the long kick, looking for Russell. Rode goes the punch. They both lose sight of it now. It's Rode coming out of the pack. Borks gets a hurried kick back out wide. Kennedy didn't take that mark. He could have easily done that, but tapped it on. Put Satori under tremendous pressure there, and the ball is out of bounds. So it's out of bounds out there on that centre wing position. Geelong 8 goals, 13-61 to Carlton 4-4-28. And we're just on the 32-minute mark of this third quarter. Satori taps it down. A hurried kick there by Fitzgerald, and there's the siren to end the third quarter. The first quarter final of the National Panasonic Cup for 1987. 8 goals, 13-61 Geelong to Carlton, really struggling. 4 goals, 4-28.
Monday night, the professionals.
Tip off. Once we start. Handballs, 12 marks, and he's kicked 6-5. And it's rather interesting where Robert Walls, gentlemen, is addressing his players right on the centre circle within earshot, certainly, of the umpires.
Well, why would he be doing that, Lou?
Well, I don't know why, because I can't see anything wrong that Geelong have done. They've been pretty aggressive, but it's the way they've been taught to play by Johnny Devine, because he was a great player himself and also a very aggressive defender. But they've gone in hard. There's nothing wrong with their play.
Don, how did you see the game?
Well, I thought it was an absolutely fantastic third quarter. Not by the fact that Geelong took over, but I thought both sides did particularly well. Carlton early, then Geelong came back. A good goal there by Nailey. And early in that third quarter, Meldrum was a real goer for Carlton. He got under packs, he sent them forward, and he was a real inspiration. Then Geelong certainly took over, and this man here, Ablett, what a magnificent quarter he has had. And I don't think I've seen a player take over like he did in that third quarter. But the ball has got to get down to him, and you've got to pay credit further up the ground. In the centre, they got Burke, and Burke is doing a terrific job. Hughes, also a fantastic player, roving. We see here a little old occasion. Also 14, Burke.
Playing at a couple there, Don, I reckon.
So playing at centre half back is showing a lot of mobility. A couple of years ago, he's one of the fastest 400-metre runners in the Geelong side, and he showed amazing skill. And I think the Geelong side playing exceptionally well in that quarter to get the ball down as quick as what they did. And Ablett didn't let them down in as far as gaining possession, but did let them down in kicking for goal. His kicking became a little better towards the end there, where he had the taut knee and he was kicking straight through the ball. And this is, I think, where Ablett may have, or somebody was reported. It was a rather crude shepherd by Ablett. And John Devine on screen. Tommy Hafey may have his 2 shirts, but John Devine certainly has the jumpers. A different one for every game. And 61 playing 28. I hope Geelong can hang on, but I think Carlton may come back.
And Gary Ablett, it's worth pointing out, has kicked the last 5 goals for Geelong. I'm certain Carlton will come back. They're too good a side to be down for too long. 4-4 to 8-13. We'll be back with the last quarter in just a few moments.
Just the umpires.
Yes, maybe he's looking for some help over there, but Johnny Devine just said to his players, talk, keep talking, keep playing, keep it going, and you can take the game out, and I think he's got reason to say that too.
11,500 people see the Cats lead by 33 points. Here's the start of the last quarter with Peter Landy.
Final term at VFL Park. The difference of 5 goals, 3. 33 points in favour of the Cats. Can they keep it going? Gary Ablett has kicked the last 5 goals for them. He's now got 6 on the board. Scratcher Neal puts the Cats forward again. A long hand pass out to Mick Turner at left half forward flank. Turner, Ablett again.
They're giving him a lot of area in which to move, Geelong, and they're very skilled. The way Michael Turner delivered that ball is evidence of the skill that Geelong have got this year in as much as passing the ball from further up the ground.
13 marks he's taken now, Gary Ablett, and his 6-5 to his credit. Need to be a mammoth kick to score from there.
But this,
not a bad one. Shine sharks it, gets the hand pass out to Robertson, right on the boundary line. Robertson looks for Herman. It's over his head. He'll try to get around Bairstow, claims him. Ball out of bounds. That was a good tackle. 1 minute gone in the final quarter. 8-13 plays 4-4. Madden and Alderdice. Moved away by Madden. Picked up by Mackenzie. Gives it to Johnston. Johnson goes long in towards the centre square. It's all Geelong, and a good safe mark is taken by Burke, who, as I mentioned in the third quarter, has done particularly well, especially at the centre bounces. He's really contested well with the taller Madden. The mark taken by Landy at half forward for Geelong. Looks for Ablett. Ablett making a lead. Can't quite take it on this occasion. He might recover. Soccers it off the ground. That'll be a miraculous goal. All the dices, he got it, yes. He's paid the mark.
That was an innocent play from Ablett, wasn't it?
When you're hot, you're hot.
You just got to shake your head. Oh, he's unbelievable. You can see here on replay the way he socked this ball, drove it in towards the centre. He meant to put the ball there. It's amazing.
With a slice of luck attached, I'm certain. But Craig Alderdice now having the chance to bring up his first goal.
Tommy Elvin going off.
Goal umpire indicating that
last quarter, 67 plays 28, and the Cats go back into business again. Good mark to Turner. He's played a great game tonight, and that's good news for the Cats. A brilliant player on his day. Up it goes to Ablett again. Dean's coming in there too. Ablett flies. He got a hand. No, he didn't get a hand to it that time. A hand pass coming back from Herman over to Shine. Shine kicks it out wide. The mark taken here by Glasgow to Johnson. Johnson on his own in the centre wing position. Drives it deep up there looking for Hunter. Got one hand to it. Bright gets a quick hand pass. Good play on the part of Bright. But he's certainly been a different player since he's gone into defence. He's shaped up very well in that on that back line. The ball hits the ground again. There's a go for Fitzgerald. Good play to Morgan. This could be a goal for sure as Morgan runs for the open goal and fires. And there's another one to the Cats. And listen to the crowd going barracking in for the Cats now. 10 goals, 13, 73 to Carlton. 4 goals, 4, 28. And we're just on the 4-minute mark.
Here's a high ball coming from Bruns. Well done here, Justin Madden. At least punches the ball, brings it down to the ground, but well read by John Fitzgerald. Maybe a little old coming into league football at 26, but he was down at Geelong 5 years ago, and obviously Geelong think a lot of him. Got it well across to Morgan, and Morgan kicks his first goal.
Back in the centre again, just over the 4-minute mark. 73 plays 28. Johnson gets a hurried kick. Over it goes to Satori. Good play, but he's put Naylor under all the pressure about the place. Ball driven back again towards the wing position. A good mark to Rowe. Over to Johnson. Johnson goes for a longer kick looking for Hunter, but he's swapped. He flies. Oh, he's going to pay the mark. He's paying the mark to Hunter. Didn't hang on to it very long, but he's got the mark. And Carlton badly needing a goal. He'd be 50 metres out from goal.
Well, did he hold it long enough, Don?
Well, I don't know whether he really brought that down to ground, Peter.
Hunter's kick is long. Might have been touched, or was it hit the post? No, it's a goal. He's been an excellent player for Geelong tonight, down in defence.
They've had some good defenders down there tonight. They've played very tight, Pete.
10-13 to 5-4. Marty Christensen. As we approach the 6-minute mark at the quarter. Knocked away by Madden. Glasgott's kick is a high one. Cleave and Satori. Chance for Meldrum, who's gone out of the game. He was their best player in the first half. He can kick a goal here, and they badly need one. He has. He's put it through, Molly. That's his second. 6 minutes gone. 10-13, 73 to 6-4, 40.
Well, he's possibly Carlton's best player. He went out of it when Geelong really took control in the latter part of that third quarter. But I'm impressed, and I think a vote of thanks should go there to Satori. He was behind, brought the ball to ground, and Meldrum swooped on it onto his left foot. Good skills, Meldrum.
Yes, he certainly has. A player that a few years ago virtually walked in off the street to Prince's Park. 70 to 43. Meldrum 2 goals. He's Carlton's leading goal kicker now as it's knocked down again by Burke, albeit not very far. Madden can't get clear either. No one he can. That's Herman. It's going to be a bounce now at centre field. Burke again. Gets it down to Fitzgerald. And a strong mark down there for Carlton is brought in by Mackenzie. At least I thought it was a mark.
Well, I reckon it was. If you compare that mark with Hunter's, I would have paid that.
He certainly held it long enough, or even longer than Ken's. Madden and Burke. Shine. Bullocks his way through. Tries to get the hand pass out. Does so. It's from Nailey now. Up towards centre field. Nailey again going in solidly. Good hip and shoulder by Murphy, but the umpire said he collected his opponent too high, and that's Bairstow. Bairstow has gone out wide to the centre wing position. Plenty of Geelong players out there. In the front is Buse. In pursuit, Darui. Cleverly done from Andy Buse. A hurried hand pass sees the ball over the line, but it's a free kick going Carlton's way. Darui gets the hand pass out to Shine. Up towards Meldrum. Meldrum marks on the centre wing position.
And Meldrum still doing well. Drops it short. That's Hunter again. That'll have to be a mark and a free kick.
Well, it's giving him too much latitude.
Umpire indicating that he got whacked on the side of the head. Of course, they're 33 points down. They need another goal quickly to be in this Hunty tonight. Ball punched out that time by Flanagan. Johnson snaps at the goals. It's not coming around enough and through for 1 point. So it's 32 points the difference. 10-13, 73 with Robert Walls looking pretty worried. 6-5, 41. And I don't blame him because Geelong have put up a tremendous show here tonight. And they're going to take a lot of beating this year too, I would say. Over it goes to Landy out there at half-back. Drops the ball short and a mark taken here by Turner. Turner at half-back. Short pass, dangerous, shocker. Bradley's marked that. He nearly lost it, but he's got it. Right on the point of the square, so he's got a chance to put Carlton deep into attack. Kick well over that half-forward line. Players set themselves. Oh, strong mark to Burke, who's been a great player too, to Turner again. And the ex-captain goes for a long kick out there towards the wing position. Punched out by Road. There's a go now for Carlton to go back into attack as we see Kennedy's kick go over the half-forward line. Meldrum was pretty well covered by Bruns then, and the ball is out of bounds, about 60 metres around from the Carlton goal. They're 6-5, 41, trailing Geelong 10-13, 73 as we approach the 9.5-minute mark of this last quarter. Burke again, brilliant play, over to Buse. They take the ball away from the danger zone. Big Madden flag, he's got the mark. This is Justin Madden. He could lose it. He's not careful. The bloke's got him by the legs. It's got to be a 15-metre penalty, I would say, against Russell, but he didn't give it. Madden's kick. Punched out by Flanagan. Fumble that time by Herman. Threading his way through the pack beautifully that time was Landy. Landy sends the ball up to the half-forward. And a good mark taken in defence at half-back by Mackenzie.
Mackenzie gets the hand pass out to Dean. We've got a nasty knock early. Johnston gathering a lot of kicks in the final quarter over the head of Hunter. Satori in pursuit. Christensen and Cleve. Satori centres the ball. They need some tall timber here. It's knocked down by Flanagan. Murphy snaps and puts it through. was Fraser Murphy's second goal. So Carlton coming back. 47 plays 73. We're only playing 11 minutes so far in the last quarter. So if they're good enough, Carlton can still get up. Bradley's kick up the half forward. But as they have done most of the night, the Geelong defence has stood firm. That's Landy going for the long hand pass. It's Couch on left centre wing. Two Geelong players are there. Hand pass comes out to Fitzgerald. That was from Big Alderdice. Mark to Neil. Long shot. Ablett has two opponents, Madden and Dean. And the ball is over the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in adjacent to the behind post in Geelong's forward pocket. 11 and 3/4 minutes elapsed. 47 to 73. Madden and Alderdice. Shine. Tries to crash through. So too does Johnson. It's going to be a bounce. Only about 10 to 15 metres out from the Geelong goal. Over 11,000 people here tonight, and they've certainly been treated to a rough and tumble affair. Been a good match. Knocked down by Alderdice. Loose ball into the pocket for Morgan. If he can get onto his correct kicking foot. Knock on. Ablett. Dean. Dean wins this one at the 50-metre mark. Goes long up towards centre wing. Meldrum and Landy. Meldrum trying to break clear. Good tackle. Bruns comes in for backup support. It's a free kick going Geelong's way, Carlton's way.
Fella's played a great game too, Pete.
He has. Certainly Carlton's best player. Had a quiet third term, but he put in two ripper quarters before half-time. Bright. Neil. Neil on right centre wing. Couch. Couch at centre field. Running with him as Bairstow. He goes long. Longing for Hughes with a fine mark to Glasgow. Now to the centre wing position again. Carlton certainly looking better as it comes to Bradley now. Over to Glasgow. And towards half forward. Hunter has to beat two opponents. Can't do so. Might have been a high tackle. Umpire's blown the whistle. No holding the ball. Ken Hunter has the free kick. What did you think of that one?
I think it was right too. Well done by Hunter, Don.
Yes, but also the umpire was in the wrong position. He couldn't see what Landy was trying to do.
So Ken Hunter, who has already kicked a goal in this final quarter, he's gone for a pass, looking for little Murphy. Bruns, Meldrum. Bruns goes for the hand pass, picked up by Marty Christensen. Christensen's kick dropping short. Now towards the boundary though, Geelong content to run it over the line. It'll be a throw-in.
13 and a half minutes gone. There's a box on again.
Turner and Robertson.
Been going on all night. We're getting used to it now. 26 points the difference. Carlton making the effort to get back into this game. A goal here and now would put them really in it. So it'll be a throw-in from that centre wing position just about. Down towards the Carlton half-forward line. What's he going to do? He's going to throw it in now. Well, Burke got that down. A hurried kick by Johnson, but to no avail, and a good mark taken in defence here by Landy. Geelong defence has stood up very well tonight. Landy and Christensen doing a great job there. Chance for Madden. He's got that too tall for his opponent. A slick hand pass over to Johnson. A good pass now at Nail. He's got it at centre field. A long hand pass to Glasgow. Let's fly at the goals from about 60 metres out. Satori and Cleve going for it. Pushed out. Over it comes. There's a chance now for Herman. He's grabbed. They collar him. There's a go for little Murphy. A snap at goal. This will be okay. Satori's got it. He's only about 3 metres out. So Carlton looking good and coming back into the game. They kick this goal here now by Satori, and they make it 20 points the difference, and they're really in the picture now.
Good centre there by Fraser Murphy, and Satori has been a very good player tonight. Played well the first game.
Right on the kick. And there it is. Blues get up and win this game because they've been trailing all night. There's a chance to go back into attack. Herman went without the ball. A scrimmage develops round about centre field. The umpire will board it up again. Herman had a chance to break clear, but fumbled. But I don't blame him tonight because the pressure's really been on out there. Madden taps the ball down. Fitzgerald fumbled it. Ball is pushed out. Falling on top of the ball was Russell. They collar him pretty quickly, and the umpire will board it up again out towards the centre wing position. So at the 16, or just over the 16-minute mark, it's 10-13, 73 Geelong to Carlton, 8-5, 53. And what a game it's been tonight. It's been a game of thrills and spills, and every person here tonight has enjoyed every moment as Couch grabs the ball, kicks it out wide. Going after it now to pick it up as Kennedy goes down, kneels on his back there, and the umpire will ball this up for sure, out there towards the Geelong half-forward line, and it's still anybody's game. But I think, Pete, you'd have to say that Geelong would be the favourites, leading by 20 points at this stage of the match.
Yes, although don't forget, Lou, they led by 33 at three-quarter time, so Carlton, as we predicted, would come back. But they're not there yet, and of course time might beat them. Ablett has been a lot quieter this quarter. I guess that's not really surprising after his magnificent third term. That's one of the best quarters of football you'd ever see from any individual player. He really did turn it on, and of course has kicked, what's he got, 6 goals, 5 so far. Here's Geelong's chance again. It's up to the 50-metre line. Here he comes. Oh, a good tackle by Dean. Ablett drops the ball. Will he get penalised? He does. The umpire pays the advantage rule, and so Carlton get clear. Ball driven away by Kennedy. Christensen, good tackle. Ball hits the deck again for Bright to try to pick up. He does, just about through it. In fact, the umpire says holding the ball.
Carlton wanting the ball now a little bit more than what Geelong do.
Fraser Murphy from right half forward flank goes long. Is Sartori there still? Big pack of players. Hunter comes down with it. Fires out a hand pass. Kernahan! Goal! Carlton are back in it. 18 minutes gone. It's anybody's game. 9-5 to 10-13. Geelong seem to have stopped.
Well, the Geelong players will really have to apply themselves now. You see here on replay, a high ball that comes to ground. I thought Hunter might have chipped this one in, but a good tackle there by Cole. And Hunter gets his hand pass away, and Kernahan snaps over his right shoulder.
5 goals kicked by Carlton so far in this term, which has only been in progress 18 minutes, so about 12 minutes to go. There's still plenty of time. 59 to 73, 14 points in it. Can the Cats get their act together again? This is Couch. Ablett leading out well, marks in front. He's 60 metres out, couldn't score from there. He's got a 15-metre penalty now, he'll be able to. Now he's kicked 6-5.
Well, it's only 14 points the difference now, Peter. Vital kick here from Ablett.
Yes, it'll be a real steadier if he can put it through.
Well, he's got to be on target to steady the Cats down because they're starting to wilt a little bit.
They're having a few words to him.
Johnny looked fine, not looking too happy, very pensive there.
He's about 40 to 45 metres out. He's hooked it a little bit. It's only a point when the Cats badly needed a goal. Scoreboard in the National Panasonic Cup, 74 to 59. So 15 points the difference. Geelong have kicked 2 goals this quarter, and Carlton have kicked 5. Dean goes straight down the ground, and that's how Geelong started off. Thumped away by Burke. Chance now for Little Fitzgerald. Ablett and Dean this time coming out on top with good use of the body, a tactic that Ablett has employed successfully tonight. There's no love lost between that pair, is there? Of course, they had an altercation earlier in the game. Rose, well tackled by Morgan. Could have almost been penalised. The umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Bradley fires out a hand pass. Hughes dives on top of it, and it's going to be a bounce. That was a great tackle, Don, wasn't it?
Oh, this is a good game, Peter.
So a bounce inside the 50-metre line. Geelong's forward line, they're very crowded at present. Burke, and he's done well in the ruck tonight, down to Morgan, who gets collared pretty quickly, and it will again be a bounce. 20.5 minutes gone.
And there's only 15 points the difference. I think at one stage in this quarter, Geelong led by 39 points. So Carlton have pegged them back, and they've still got a chance. I think there's about 10 minutes to go before this game's over. Knocked out by Madden. Back it comes now to Bairstow. A high kick back towards the forward pocket. Ablett again. Dean's there with him. Good play by Dean. Got him covered. Knocks the ball out. Backing up well there is Mackenzie out there at half back. And the Blues go back into attack. But there's been a little rock out there. That's Christensen, who's played a great game all night.
15 metres.
He's been a solid player.
First half was particularly good.
Well, there he is out there on the centre wing position now. Christensen drives the ball back to centre half forward for the Cats. Big fellow Alderdice got his hands but couldn't hold the mark. Oh, there's nearly a free kick, but the umpire said no play on as the ball comes out again. Ball kicked out wide. There's a chance for the ball to be tapped out towards that half-forward line. Hughes has got it. Balks, he's grabbed. but he gets away from Bradley very smartly as he looks there for Rablett again. One hand to it, couldn't hold the mark. It's Turner's turn. He's got a second grab. Down he goes. Darui was grabbed by the leg, and the umpire will play the free kick to Darui down there in the full-back position. So it's 74 plays 59. As we approach the 22-minute mark, there's a chance for Big Madden to take the mark. Big fella scoots away from his little opponent there. Morgan drives the ball back there to the centre of the ground, but no one there from Carlton as we see Cole pick it up. Run to centre field, a hand pass out wide. There's a chance now for Bairstow to drive the ball over the half-forward line with a good kick. Another great mark. There's a great play by Bairstow. Darui, I should say, over to Shine. Shine out wide, looking for Robertson. Robertson gets the bounce beautifully out there at half-back. He's got a paddock to run, takes full advantage there. Short pass to Bradley, and Bradley's got the mark out there on the centre wing position. So Carlton with a chance to go back into attack. Nailey takes the ball. They didn't gain much advantage then as Nailey breaks clear of Big Burke. The ball is off the side of the boot, but Hunter's got it. He's about 60 metres out. They're trailing by 15 points. He's got to land this right in the goal square to give them a chance here now.
Bright gave him 20 yards then.
He's got a 15-metre or 20-yard penalty, as Don said. There's the kick. Satori up there to take the big mark. Kernaghan's there too, got his hands to it, couldn't hold it. Murphy came on the scene a little bit too late, and it's through for 1 point. So we're just on the 23-minute mark. It's 10-14, 74 Geelong. Hanging in there to Carlton, 9-6-60.
Bright to bring the ball back. Time might beat Carlton. We're only a couple of minutes now from time on. Bright goes short towards the outer pocket to Marty Christensen, who's been a most consistent player for the Cats. 14 kicks he's had. Madden in front. Can't take the mark. Chance for Nailey. Back to Johnston. Morgan right on his hammer. Big Burke gets the ball out of the pack. Scoots it up to Bairstow, who goes to the boundary line over the head of Buse. He'll be content to let it roll over. So a boundary throw it on centre wing.
I think there's about 6 or 7 minutes to go at the most, Pete.
And they need 3 goals. Carlton to win it. Possible, but one would suggest not probable. Darui. Umpire's found a free kick. Now, that's going downfield, presumably, or is it going back to Darui? And Glasgow has it. And he gets it to Shine. What you do by polishing it. Up towards centre field from Bruns. Alderdice to Bairstow, breaks that tackle beautifully. He's gone for a pass. Who's he got out there? Drum takes the grab in front of Rode. He's a long way from goal. Couldn't score from there. Pass on again. Ablett on a lead. Underneath it, Dean might recover better. He does. In comes Robertson for backup support. Shine's there as well. The kick is long, but towards the boundary line. Morgan and Bradley both see it roll over the line in front of them as we're 30 seconds from time on. So Carlton having the job ahead of them now. Madden and Alderdice, won by Madden. Carlton player got a high one there. Is it Glasgow on the bottom of that stack up with Drum, and it is Glasgow. So it's going to be a bounce. Pretty well on the centre wing position. Carlton may have indeed run their race. It's knocked down to Bradley. Landy goes after him. Back towards centre wing.
Oh,
courageous mark there. Kennedy was coming at him, and it was dragged down by Couch, who was Geelong's best player in their previous match. He won the award as best on ground when they played Collingwood, you may remember. Couch from right centre wing. Long kick. Madden behind. Alderdice couldn't take it. Madden comes out with it. High hand pass though, a real hospital job that one. A chance for Carlton now as the ball is picked up at half back. Driven forward by Kennedy. Up towards Hunter, Bright in pursuit. Carlton need goals quickly. And the ball is knocked away by Cleve. He'll be content to let it roll over the line. A boundary throw in to follow.
Just on the 26-minute mark. 14 points the difference, about 60 metres out around from the Carlton goal, out of bounds. The Blues need a goal pretty quickly to be in this game. About 4 minutes to go, I'd reckon. Hunter with a quick kick, but it's smothered. You see Satori have a go there, but the umpire will ball it up inside the 50-metre attacking line there. getting down towards their forward pocket position. Kernahan, Sartori's there. Kernahan got the knockdown, but there weren't any Carlton players there. It comes out to Colt. Pretty slicky that time as Colt kicks it along the ground, goes for the boundary line. Robertson overruns it, and the ball is out of bounds on the centre wing position.
Good kick by Cole at this stage of the game.
Just over the 26.5-minute mark. 74 plays 60. 14 points the difference. Carlton certainly playing a lot better in this last quarter, but it may be too late as Morgan goes down. They all fall over like 9 pins there, and the umpire's going to ball it up. Still out there on the centre wing position, but this will suit Geelong. I think they may hang in there and win this game tonight, but it's been a tough game and a great game here tonight. Plenty of thrills and spills as Madden loses sight of that. Ball comes out now, picked up by Morgan. Morgan from that half-back line drives it around towards that wing position, going after it is Road. Ball comes back again towards Road. It's tapped out nicely to Bairstow. He's clear. He'll go for a long kick, looking for Ablett. Ablett and Dean going for it together, but Ablett got the bounce. He was grabbed. He's got a chance for a goal. It's going there. It's a goal. That's goal number 7. And the Blues go back into attack. A chance for Hunter now. Overruns the ball. A scrimmage finally picked up here now by Landy. He was collared. A chance for Meldrum to get clear. He's clear now as he'll go for a long kick at the goals from 15 metres out. Will it make the distance? Oh, it didn't. It was off target through for 1 point. So it's 19 points. 11 goals, 14-80 Geelong to Carlton, 9-7-61. And I reckon there's about 2 minutes to go at the most. The ball comes out now as a chance for Couch, who's been a very good player tonight too. He's picked up a lot of kicks. Good mark to Allardyce.
There's been some loose checking by Carlton, especially when Geelong have been kicking out.
Well, they've got it just about sewn up now. They're in complete control. As we see him kick the ball wide, going for the bow. I think he might have put it out. A little bit over-anxious that time. That'll be a free kick to Road down there at half-back. Into the quarter by just over 29 minutes. It's 11-14-80 Geelong to Carlton, 9-7-61. There's a chance now as we see the ball come back there. A hand pass coming out that time from Drum over to Neal. Up there towards Ablett. And there's the siren to win it. And they've won the first quarter final of the National Panasonic Cup, Geelong. A good win. 11 goals, 14-80 to Carlton, 9-7-61. Well, that was a great performance by Geelong tonight. They took the initiative. There's, is that Ablett down? Is it?
Madden. I think it's
Madden down. Is it Madden or Rowe?
No, it's Madden. He copped that knee in the back.
Well, he's down. Let's hope that he's not hurt at this stage of the night, because it was a great performance by Geelong. They took the initiative from the world.
Take a look at a replay. You see a knee right in the back. Bairstow coming in late. And that would have really hurt. But it just didn't.
Well, he looks okay now. That's good news.
Well, a few stop marks there to take home tonight. Carlton came back well, though, in the final term. It was certainly their best. They kicked 5-3, but Geelong's lead at three-quarter time was too big, wasn't it?
Yes, I think it was too, and you've got to give full marks to Geelong. They're a far more aggressive side than they've been for years. We saw them put up an aggressive performance against Collingwood, and same tonight. Their back line was tight. They had many good players down there, and of course, they had the most amazing player we've seen play for a long time, and Ablett up there around about the full forward area to kick the ball to. And what a performance he put up, kicking 7 goals and put the clincher there for them. Carlton, I think, would be a little bit happy towards the end of the game because their performance in that last quarter was much better, but they did struggle when Geelong was putting plenty of pressure on them throughout the night. That makes you worry about Carlton a little bit. I think they've got to get a bit more vigour back into their side.
Well, they've got a few players out tonight, Dorotich, Evans and Ogier, to name just 3, but that's taking nothing away from Geelong. They were really just too good on the night. Final scores, the Cats 11-14-80, defeating Carlton 9-7-61 to advance to the semi-finals of the National Panasonic.
3-1 by Carlton. Gary Ablett finished with 7-5. And the other goal kickers for the Cats were Morgan, Cleve, Allardyce and Landy. For Carlton, 2 goals to Kernahan, 2 to Meldrum, 2 to Murphy, and singles to Hunter, Nailey and Sartori. And gentlemen, that of course brings us to that time of the evening when we discuss our best player. And quite a few good players out on the ground, but I'm sure everybody watching at home would agree with this one really stands out.
My word, he did, and that was Gary Ablett. But you've got to give mention, I will give mention to a few other Geelong players. Martin Christensen in the back pocket, a very good game. Graham Landy on the half-back flank. Damien Burke did a lot of good things. He backed his courage, he backed into packs. He got them going right from the centre bounce. Andrew Buse, another good player. Darren Flanagan at centre half-back, a good player. Michael Turner and Couch, Paul Couch, number 7. For For Carlton, I had Meldrum down, and I thought he was perhaps their only shining light, maybe Satori. And in the last quarter, Kenny Hunter really came into the game and played a good game.
I think you've covered it pretty well. I think our viewers will agree that third quarter by Abbott's one of the most brilliant we've seen for a long time. And had the guy kicked straight, well, he could have kicked 10 for the quarter. But he's a magnificent player. Probably he's got, as we said, a fault, but I think that's fair enough to make having
7-5. I wouldn't mind doing that in
7-5, but I think that he's a little bit slow sometimes off the mark. I do. I mean,
I think Dean and Alvin would disagree.
No, not off the mark when he's got. No, he breaks away, but sometimes when he's got to run after the ball, when we saw
when he's chasing him,
Dean.
Well, a lot of players do drop their head then, but I think also you've got to give credit to both sides.
I'm not fighting. He's a marvellous player.
I think that both sides played a fantastic game of football. It's the best game of football I have seen from a long, long time. It had skill, it had everything you want, and if people could see these types of games week after week, you would definitely attract the games back to the crowds back to football.
I just think that possibly we saw a lot of scrimmages and hitting behind play a couple of times. Now that could have been stopped in the early part had the umpires, give them free kicks very early in the piece, because they did let it go. I'm not blaming. They did it was a difficult job to umpire, but perhaps a couple of early free kicks may have stopped all that. But then again, we may not have had such a vigorous game.
Oh, it was a good game, and I think credit also encouraged by Mackenzie coming back onto the ground. Also, there was a lot of courageous efforts out there tonight. It was just a terrific game, and I can't speak too much about it.
All right, well, Gary Ablett, the unanimous winner of our prize tonight, and we'll try to get Gary up to the microphone shortly. While we're doing that, let's take the summary of Don Scott. By the win, of course, Geelong advancing to the semi-finals. They defeated Carlton by 19 points, and I think you summed it up pretty well, Don, when you said it was one of the best games you've seen for a long time. But I think Geelong supporters and their committee would be very pleased with the way they're tackling this year, and they're playing much better than they did in '86.
Well, they were, Peter, and I was a little bit worried the way they lined up. I thought they might have made a mistake. They had three small fellows on that bench and maybe a couple of injuries to the big fellows, which they did do. One player went in a little underdone, and I thought that was Mark Boss. He's only been down 1 week, and he played his first game tonight, and naturally enough, he was taken off the ground. Drain Russell may be a problem too, because in a game such as this, I expected him to come in, and he was missing. I thought Bairstow started well and also finished well, but he is a good player for them. They had a lot of shining lights, and I think they've really put their game together, because they are going straight down the centre more now. And also this year, the difference is they're prepared to run off the back line, and they're backing themselves, and their skill is much better. They're moving the ball much quicker, and this is a good mark here to Cleve. They could have had maybe a bigger fellow up there, but they haven't got too many big fellows at Geelong, especially in key positions. Maybe when Brownless comes back, he will be an acquisition to them then. Brownless and also Ablett up there. What a forward line they'd have there. Meldrum, I thought, was a really good player for Carlton. He got under the packs, he got it out, and he tried particularly hard all night. Carlton, I think they could be satisfied with their performance. They didn't really go in after the ball in the first three quarters. They did in the last quarter, and they had the opportunity of really stealing the game. They showed great courage, application, the way they came back into the game. Kernahan at centre-half forward played his first game. He only played a quarter last week, and here's another one of those old occasions, and I think the umpires could be blamed for a lot of things that did happen. The report card could have come out a little earlier, and there wouldn't have been the spitefulness that was happening behind play. Fraser Murphy coming through there. There are a few Carlton players also shortening step, especially when the Geelong opponent was on the ground, and it was a niggly game, but they really did go in hard for the ball, and it's a pity that some of the injuries did happen. Nali, a very impressive player, very quick with his head and reflexes in his action. He's on the end of a lot of plays, and he does finish it off particularly well. Ablett showed what a great strength. He was a little astray with his kicking, especially in the third quarter there. He was bending his knee on contact, but then as his confidence grew, he started to kick right through the ball, and look at him get up for this mark now. It was just, I don't think I've seen a player do what he did in that third quarter. He just completely took over. And I looked around for a player that they could shift onto him, and I couldn't. And the only fellow I could think of was Bruce Dool. Now, that's a stupid thing to say. He's finished playing, but Dool's got very educated hands. He can use his body, and he was able to punch away well in tight clinches, and this is what the Carlton backmen weren't doing on Ablett. Fraser Murphy, very, very snappy up around the goals. In the last quarter was a player who got them back into the game, and he made a terrific centre in that last quarter, got it across to Satori. Ablett again lining up for one of his many goals on the night. Whether the ball was on the ground, he did a terrific soccer kick which centred the ball into Alderdice too, so he's got a lot of skill, Ablett. We just can't speak enough of him. Here it is, this soccer kick that I talked about, off the boundary line. He chipped it into all that.
Amazing, that wasn't it?
It is amazing. Everything he does, you say, well, that's a fluke. It's not a fluke because he does it time after time after time. Geelong were in a little bit of trouble in that last quarter, but they rallied and it was good play. Fitzgerald was also an impressive player. Did a couple of things. He's 26, a little bit old, I suppose, to make his debut into football. He started in the under-19s, then went back to his home club, St Joseph's. He played the last 5 games last year, and he could be a player too and give them another avenue with regard to little men, because Geelong have lacked as far as little men are concerned in years gone by. But with Hughes and Fitzgerald, if he comes on, also Morgan. Meldrum chipping in. I thought he was a good player all night tonight, Paul Meldrum. A big punch. Flanagan surprised me at centre-half back too because of his mobility, which I haven't seen him display in past years. Satori there in the pack was a good player for Carlton. Hunter was a difference up forward, and Bright gave him just too much latitude in the last quarter. And Carlton did have the chance to come back into the game. They were only 3 kicks behind at one stage. And here's Ablett's last goal as he chips it in and shows jubilation as he kicks one of his number of goals on the night.
Yes, and that number was 7, Don. 7 goals, 5. Gary Ablett finished with tonight, and a unanimous choice as our best player of the evening to win the national prize. Jack Edwards is in the Geelong rooms to make the presentation.
Thank you very much, Peter. Well, it's a very happy Geelong room too, I may add. And with me I have Gary Ablett, and I don't really believe that I've seen a better quarter that he put in the third quarter. And Gary, congratulations. You've won the National Panasonic Compact Disc Player. A great effort.
Thanks very much, Jack.
Well, Gary, you got a bit of a way to a tardy start. 5 points in the first quarter wasn't what you really wanted. Then Carlton led at quarter time. What happened after that?
Oh, well, our kicking was a bit astray early in the game, but we settled down, and I think we started getting it together after that and put a bit more pressure on Carlton, and I think that done the trick.
Well, a lot of people have said over the years, I know it's a little bit of a cliche, that Geelong wear handbags, but what have you got lead in them now? You seem to be a different side. You hit Carlton with a lot of weight tonight.
Well, firstly, we haven't got handbags at all, Jack, but no, yeah, of course, but no, we've been training for tackling this year. We're a much more aggressive side, and I think that's helped. Yeah.
Well, Johnny Devine's got you in a different frame of mind of what you have been over the last couple of years.
Yes. No, the team's really pulled together well, and John is a great coach. He's a great bloke. We all get along with him really well. And we've done a hard pre-season, and after beating Carlton tonight, we're looking for a big season. Well,
Big Burke seems to be firing all right. And by the way, there's your stats, Gary. You've had 18 kicks. You've taken 14 marks. Sorry, 19. You haven't got my glasses on, Don. Handballs 3. You've kicked 7 goals and also 6 behinds. And missed one, I may add, that went out of bounds on the full. But a great night's work, mate.
Thanks very much, Jack. Yeah.
It's a Big Berkey. I'm going back to Big Berkey. He's having a great, on what I've seen, the 2 games he's played, and Damien Christensen also has played very well.
Yeah, Berkey's a great ruckman. Well, a lot of people class him as the best ruckman in the league at the moment. He's only young. He's only 21, 22. So he's got a big future for us, and Marty Christensen's a great footballer, and I think the future holds big things for us, yeah.
Well done again, Gary. As I said, you've won the National Panasonic Compact Display. I hope you've got some compact discs to put in it, have you?
I'll have to buy some.
Okay. Thanks very much, Gary Ablett. Well done and a great Geelong win. Thank you, Peter. Back to you.
Right, thank you, Jack. We'll see if we can find those glasses, and well done, Gary Ablett, tonight. Indeed, a worthy winner of the National Panasonic Prize.
Bang! Instant trouble. For the first time on television, Gene Wilder and the do-or-die seduction of the most beautiful woman in the world.
What am I supposed to say?
You say to her, hello, angel face, you want to see my goods?
Gene Wilder and Kelly LeBrock. The somewhat sexy, definitely funny premiere, The Woman in Red.
John, congratulations. A bit of a worry in the last quarter, but overall a fine performance.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, we fell in a bit of a hole in the last quarter, but they was a good performance from the fellas. They really are giving everything they've got for the side at the moment, and all we hope now is that the people off the field can go and buy some membership tickets, because I think they'd be very proud of the way the fellas are going at the moment.
Well, John, we haven't got a great deal of time, but just in closing, Gary Ablett's performance in that third quarter especially was just outstanding.
Yeah, he had a good game, Gary. Helped by some of the fellas up the field with magnificent delivery, but he did have a very good game.
Well, John, I'm sure after tonight's performance there'll be plenty of membership tickets sold for the Cats. Well done, and we look forward to seeing you in the semi-finals.
Thank you very much, Pete.
John Devine, the Cats coach, and fine performance by Geelong tonight, and they advance, the first team to advance to the semi-finals. Let's go back to the commentary box now, and just as we do, Pete, 2 players reported, Ian Herman and Ken Hunter, both Carlton players reported, and they'll face the tribunal during the week.
Right, thanks, Dono. And if you're having a bet tonight on the footy, $3.95. Selection 2 and Geelong. So hope you had it. Gentlemen, thank you for your comments this evening. Don Scott and Lou Richards.
Pleasure.
And don't forget the Davis Cup tennis tomorrow from Memorial Drive. The 2 reverse singles, Australia leading Yugoslavia 2-1. Hope you can join us for that, preceded, of course, by a shorter edition of World of Sport. And, of course, hope you can join us Tuesday night for the next quarter-final in the National Panasonic Cup, Melbourne and Hawthorn. We'll see you then.